do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Clark.
Welcome into the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here today with me in the studio. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How you doing, bro?
Oh, life's all right.
Hey, I learned something last night. If you want to think about our trip to Japan.
Yeah.
So I watched the YouTube guys there in Japan having a good time. Mm-hmm. Both of them got robbed. One was robbed by knife point.
Yeah, Japan's getting a little more nationalistic, and, you know, I like American nationalism, but I don't know about the Japanese nationalism.
Well, ironically
actually,
enough,
I kind of like it a lot.
He said, you know, we weren't at a Japanese bar, we were at a Filipino bar.
Ooh.
And the other guy that was with him said, you know, we were told only go to these small Japanese bars.
Don't go to the Filipino bar.
Don't go to the local, which that was.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, it's kind of like, hey, let's go out on, you know, out near Wetumpka and stuff, some just rando bar and hang out. And it's like, no, are you sure? You sure you want to do that?
Used to have a place like that on the lake called, I think it was called the Shed. Or the Shed.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. These dives where it's the locals go and have fun.
Yeah,
and
you got to
go
with the
local. If you're in
local.
with them, if you go with a local,
you're
you're cool. But like, if you just show up as a stranger, be like, what the hell are you doing here? So it's Fat Tuesday, baby.
Oh, that's right.
And what are you doing to be fat today?
Today, I have already had Taco Bell. I started with that. I heard, though, aren't we supposed to do the Lent thing? We're supposed to start. I'm not a big Lent guy.
Wednesday is tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not a big Lent guy, so I would appreciate the education you could give me on that.
Well, I'm struggling. Maybe I'll have to speed up. I've yet to go back into the full fold of the Roman Catholic Church. Mm-hmm. Even with my studying, I would have to go to confession, and it would be a very long one.
Ooh, wow. Oh, really? You can't just say, hey, can we sum this up? It's been 20 years or something?
You should not receive the Eucharist if you have not.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotten right. Know that. Yeah, there's going to be denials in that way. But also, you know, I'll get there.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious.
But I'm going to follow, there's a thing called Pray 40
that
I'm going to be following, where it's all sorts of different theologians and different clergy members, all sorts of folks that are kind of guiding each day as you go through Scripture. So, and I'm already doing the fasting thing.
Are you?
Yeah, no, I looked it up. Like the official Lenten fast is, of course, no meat on Fridays. Yeah. Let's go with fish, baby. And then it's like one meal and then two small meals. And I'm like, I already just do.
Well, if you just eat twice a day.
Yeah, that's usually what I do anyway. So, but no
snacking in between?
I've noticed the fasting does help with a lot of, not just physically feel better when you take a day or so off, but mentally. Like, it does help you focus. There's a reason fasting and prayer have always gone together.
Do you focus more on getting something to eat?
Yeah. There's some of that. I think you might be doing it wrong at that point.
Okay.
Byron Sheehy also here. What are you doing to get fat this Tuesday?
PHAT.
No.
No, the other.
Oh, you are pretty hot and tempting. Yeah. Don't let him tell you you're not.
Don't fill his head with lies.
I think I've gotten all my partying out of the way.
Oh, yeah?
For Mardi Gras.
Oh, really?
I'll live vicariously through Eddie this weekend.
Oh, okay. I think I got a pig roast to do this weekend. But
and you did the parade.
Oh, yeah, we did the parade Saturday. Man, that was awesome. Okay, once again, my fault. I'm taking all the heat. We had like 400-something bags of candy.
Yeah.
Ran out with probably a mile and a half left.
Because all the kids are like, I want that candy.
And we had 500 sets of beads.
Wow.
Ran out before the parade was over.
He's a generous man.
Way too generous.
There was 3 or 4 of us throwing. Hannah was at the top of her Bronco. Me and Addison were in the side by side in the back. It was fun, but when you run out of stuff, it's kind of embarrassing just to ride and just
wait.
Hey, how you doing?
Turn on you quickly.
Yes, the crowd did. In fact, there was a time or two something might have got thrown my way, but it was candy bar, and they saw it was on.
Anybody tell you to show your boobs?
No, but I don't know who this was, but I do think I know who this was.
Mm-hmm.
Screamed out, "I love you, Eddie Bader. I love you, Eddie Bader."
Okay, was it a man or a woman?
It was a woman.
It was a woman.
And I believe I know who it was, but I was taken aback, and a friend of mine's daughter was with me in the side-by-side, and she looked over very quickly and said, "That woman that I don't know just proclaimed her love for you.
Yeah.
Do you care to explain?"
Oh, my.
And I didn't know what to say.
Can't get anything.
You know they had to tell him to put his shirt back on. Right?
Yeah. And he's a free man. After 50, you
there
just
were some people out there doing a little dancing. I appreciated that.
let it all hang out
Yeah, why
after
not?
50. But yeah, it is. It's kind of good to know that it's not just like, another week. No, it's Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday.
Start the Lenten fast and get ready for Easter and the great celebration that is.
Yes.
Now, in other news, top news, I suppose, today is Jesse Jackson is dead. 84.
Unfortunate.
Seen a lot of rest in peace and rest in
Rest
power.
in power.
And apparently he had a long bout with a neurological disease. And Trump put out this message on True Social.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you never know with Trump when somebody dies because he has no...
You're right. If there was ever
no problem just dancing all
Right.
over somebody's grave.
if there were bad words said, he's going to get his last word in.
But this is what Trump said about the Reverend Jesse Jackson. The Reverend Jesse Jackson is dead at 84. He capitalized dead for some reason. What is with the grammatical structure of...
I don't know. As a guy that types with his thumbs too, I get it, man.
No, but Trump doesn't even type these. He dictates them.
Well, you got to make it look authentic, dude.
Too much time in editing, Joe.
Right.
The Reverend Jesse Jackson is dead at 84. I knew him well long before becoming president. He was a good man with a lot of personality, grit, and street smarts. He was very gregarious. That's a good word.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who truly loved people, despite the fact that I am falsely and consistently called a racist by the scoundrels and lunatics on the radical left, Democrats all. It was always my pleasure to help Jesse along the way. I provided office space for him and his Rainbow
Yep.
Coalition.
In
For
Trump Tower.
years in the Trump building
Yep.
at 40 Wall Street, responded to his request for help in getting criminal justice reform.
Yep.
It's in all caps, why I raise my voice. Passed and signed when no other president would even try. Single-handedly pushed and passed long-term funding for historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, for those keeping score, which Jesse loved, but also which other presidents would not do. Responded to
Wouldn't touch.
Jesse's support for Opportunity Zones, the single most successful economic development package yet approved for black businessmen and women, and much more. Jesse was a force of nature, like few other before him. He had much to do with the election without acknowledgement of credit of Barack Hussein Obama, a man who Jesse could not stand.
Wait for that.
He loved his family greatly, and to them I send my deepest sympathies and condolences. Jesse will be missed. President Donald J. Trump.
See, Jesse Jackson's a guy I'd like to have a drink with.
Yes,
I'd love to just, none of his political stuff, just hang out, we're having drinks.
What was Obama and Jackson's beef? What was Obama and Jackson's
You don't
beef?
remember him wanting to cut?
Yeah, there was a hot mic moment where he's like, I want to, I'll just say it, I want to cut Obama's nuts off.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
during the
yeah.
first 08 campaign, and it might be that Jesse was kind of, he was not
little jealous?
in the forefront of, even though he was helping, he was not,
He was a part of the Clinton machine.
he was not getting the love that
Yeah.
he wanted. Yeah, and he probably was tied in
Yeah.
with the Clintons.
Yep.
And so you could tell, like, he still did work for Obama, but he didn't appreciate the cold shoulder that he got from a lot of those folks.
When, yeah, I bet he started that work after the primary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be willing
I'll never
to
forget that.
guess.
Yeah, no, it's like he kind of whispers it on a hot mic like a CNN segment. Like
He was
the split
talking, there was
screen.
somebody sitting with him too. I don't remember who that was. I just remember the quote.
Yeah, but somebody asked us before we went on air, what's your first thought when you hear the name Jesse Jackson? And I'm only 37, so I think of the South Park episode about when Randy Marsh answers Wheel of Fortune as, well, the answer
Yeah.
was Naggers.
Right.
people who annoy you.
Yes.
And so Randy has to go around the whole world, and Jesse
Apology tour,
Jackson
Apology tour.
is like to apologize to Jesse. Jesse pulls down his pants. He's like, kiss it. Kiss it. And I'm like, all right. That's what I remember. Like, I don't remember Jesse Jackson when he was in, like, the height of his powers. You know what I mean?
He did yield a pretty large stint there in the late 90s.
I think it was probably the 90s when I see him on Saturday Night Live, and your point is moot. And that was, to me, it's funny to see somebody serious. But that's also about the last time I had any real love for the guy. Is that the ice cream man?
The coffee truck.
It's a coffee truck
Yeah.
outside playing music?
They'd do much better if they had margaritas.
Like, what is he doing here?
Small
Nobody wants
steps.
coffee here.
I was
Speak
just
for
going to ask you
yourself.
guys if y'all want some coffee. Yeah.
Oh, what are you going to get? Like some fancy
Probably,
little artwork? Like,
Vente Cafe. I don't know, man.
yeah, like some fruity little drink.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it is. It's like these figures that are larger than life, and in a way, I don't know them. Most folks didn't know them, but you know the persona.
Who was the actor that passed away this week?
Oh, Robert Duvall,
Duvall,
That's right.
man.
and he talk
powerful
about
actor.
one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
in The Godfather, as the consigliere, and like.
Dude, in so many things. Western movies, he was great. I thought it was Lonesome Dove.
We started watching that this week.
One of the best ones, and I can't remember the name of it. I want to say it's something Tigers, but him, oh, darn it. Give me a minute. Him and another fella did an English actor. And, I'm brain farting.
What did he win the award for? It's the role where he was a
Apocalypse
lush.
Now?
Nah, he was a lush. I think, if I'm not.
Yeah, he was like, I'm looking at a breakdown. In the 50s, he performed on stage, then got a Broadway debut in 1966. But it was during the 70s when he appeared in a string of acclaimed movies.
Yes.
So 1970s MASH.
Oh, yeah.
He was in there. He played Major Frank Burns.
Yep. And
then he helped pave the way for Star Wars, apparently. He
Really?
starred in George Lucas's directorial debut of THX 1138, a dystopian sci-fi film about a future where sex and reproduction are banned. That doesn't sound like any fun. THX also opened a door for Duvall. The movie was produced by Francis Ford Coppola, who soon cast Duvall as the Corleone crime family lawyer and consigliere Tom Hagen in 72's The Godfather, arguably the best film ever made. And you hear that like as a younger guy, and then like they went to the actual film negatives and remastered it in 4K. If you haven't seen it in a while, folks, just sit down with a big TV.
Dude,
and
watch the series. It's great.
Arguably the best film ever made. 2 is pretty good too, but that
Two
first
is good,
one,
but the first one really grabs you. But The Judge, that was another really good one he was in. Secondhand Lions was the movie I was thinking
Secondhand Lines is
it's an amazing movie.
It wasn't huge when it came out, but
No,
it's
video.
one so many people talk about it, and I remember that.
One of those things. Days of Thunder. I forget who he played in Days of Thunder,
He
too.
was the crew chief.
Yeah, but he was. It was a real person that he was based on. Something I can't think of his name.
Who put those special tires on the car.
Yep.
And then he, like in the 70s, he also was in another brilliant movie, Sidney Lumet's Network.
That's another really good
Really
one.
good, as TV executive Frank Hackett. Mm-hmm. And Apocalypse Now, yeah?
It says he was in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah. Okay.
What role?
I don't know.
Don't know off the top of my head. I'm just looking through. This is a New York Post write-up. Like just so many. Lonesome Dove.
Lonesome Dove was great, which I'm one of those kind of guys. But have you ever seen Apocalypse Now? You guys are both kind of younger guys.
I don't know about it.
Man, that movie is really, really good.
Napalm in the
I've
Moon.
ever since I watched Deer Hunter, I've stayed away from Vietnam films.
Another good one, too. Hunter was great.
That's a tough one to dip your toe
Yeah.
into.
Right, I was like, I watched it, and it's an amazing film, but I'm like, I'm good on
Yeah.
Vietnam era stuff. like,
Yeah, that was pretty good.
that's too much.
I don't even know if I classify that as a Vietnam film. Like that's just.
That was about right. That was,
I mean,
yeah.
it was total Vietnam.
Yeah.
but I don't remember that much Vietnam being in there. I remember the POW camp, but
Yeah.
other than that,
Well,
it
and then
was like
Walken
living-
goes back there and has gone nuts there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway.
Christopher Walken, very young at that time, too. Really young.
Well, yeah, and it's interesting, too, these guys that just stick with you. And I think Duvall's one of those actors.
definitely.
That, again, you don't know him personally, but the persona and just the subtle delivery is truly remarkable.
There was one where he played a preacher too, a real like an evangelist. There's just so many good movies, so many.
So Duvall I think was 95, Jesse Jackson 84, and
okay, those are good ages to go out at. I gotta be honest. As a guy that's getting older, I don't want to see my 90s, but I wouldn't mind seeing a couple days in the 80s, maybe.
yeah, middle age is
Especially if I got the robot.
It's rough. Like, real young is like very tragic, but you kind of have that, the old 27 rule.
Yes.
With all the rock and roll greats. There's a sort of mythology that's built up around you when you go too soon, way too soon. But then, middle age, it's like unexpected. You're like, what happened to so-and-so? Oh, heart attack.
Heart attack, man.
Now, I've seen it with folks we know here. It can happen at any time. And then, at a certain point, I've had this conversation with my grandfather. He's the type, though, I said, if they could give you literally a new body, like you were at the height of your powers, he said, it's probably when I was your age, like late 30s, mid 30s, like they could give that back to you. Would you take it and just keep on living? Oh, yeah. All day, every day.
If they can do it for everybody. I just don't want to be the only one. I don't want to miss all my friends.
Right. I suspect there are some older folks that would go, no, I've had a good run.
You wouldn't make new friends?
Yeah, but I don't want to be, this is my biggest paranoia in life. I don't want to be the last person I know.
You strike me as the kind of man who doesn't have very many regrets, so why go back and do
I
it
got a
again?
few regrets.
You need to get to know them better.
I was being kind of generous there. Yeah. Saying Eddie lives life with such zest that he may not need a do-over. He's going to squeeze so much out of
By the way,
one.
you're going to live forever. Duvall's living forever because of his film, just the amount of films, filmography. Jesse Jackson living forever because of his political, shakedown, or just his political efforts. And, will always be a larger-than-life figure. But I'm going to make you eternal. Yeah, it hit me. I'm going to join TikTok, not under my name.
I hope not.
But under Eddie Bader's Dance Party.
Oh, boy.
And using modern AI techniques, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to create quite a profile for you on there.
Can I get in on helping pick the profile picture?
There's more dances of me out there than I probably want to admit. Yeah. AI has come a long way.
Well, and because you've also put out actual videos of yourself.
Right, I try to clear the air.
And stuff and dancing. Like, and I've been messing with this AI music stuff. So I could easily see making an AI video with this AI music. Like.
Is this the one you sent me yesterday? Okay, this would be me walking down the beach because this got the funky beat.
Oh, this is you leaving your car, walking in here. What are you talking about?
Oh, this is good.
Oh, yeah, man. No, it's kind of crazy how good this stuff is now.
So you were able to go to AI and just say, hey, here's my music?
Well, with all these, I just uploaded them. So, like, if I can find it here. Where is it? Dadgummit. There it is. Like that one we just played was like this one I made.
Yeah, because I can
you can
with the beats,
right. And what's cool is you can adjust it to where it like uses that as a template or just doesn't. Like you can restrict it or it's like pretty much sound like this, maybe just do a few little things, or you can say go nuts.
All right. Do you see music going this way?
Yeah, I think it's already gone this way.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of stuff that's already very popular that essentially stuff like this is being used.
Because a lot of the TikTok music I know is just AI music.
Now, like think of like how heavily produced any popular music is, whether it's like pop or R&B, hip hop, or even country music these days.
Yeah,
in many ways.
Yeah.
It's so processed already that it's going to be indistinguishable. Now, I don't think artistry and like truly talented singers and players are going to go away. I think people will still want that. Like a actual real person, or also a real person to be a thought machine to guide these AI things. Because it's almost like if you've got pure imagination at your fingertips, you still need to guide this stuff in a way.
I'm not a fan. I mean, like the AI videos you see, as soon as I learn, like if it's catchy at all, if it's produced by AI and not human talent, I'm like, Never again.
I'm like that in the reels and in the stupid videos I watch because some of them are so obvious that it's ridiculous. But
the latest stuff they've been coming out with, did you see the like Natalie Portman and Star Wars thing?
I did not see that.
Yeah, it was like the old meme of like, and she's looking at Anakin Skywalker. And she's
I know which
and
one
it
you're
looks
talking
photo
about.
real. It looks like the frickin' movie. It's like we're curing cancer, right? No, we need more AI power because we're curing cancer, right? We're curing cancer, right? And it zooms out, and she has huge breasts.
Yeah, the reveal on that was quite.
Yeah.
I have not seen that. I'll do some work tonight.
Yeah, there's
Get on that.
I know I'm a split brain though, because I think you're probably going to get movies and news stories and stuff that even if it's AI is the main tool used to create and generate this stuff, the best stuff will still be guided by talented humans, talented storytellers. Like, it's not like you can just go in and go, make me a great movie. And I guess it could do that at a certain point, but it's going to be more like you can streamline the process of creation a lot faster.
Oh, definitely on that. But as far as quality product, like, I'd love to see.
Oh, it's not there yet.
Okay,
I'd love to see AI jazz compared to some of the old school greats. Where, who was it? Miles. He never made or had a bad note. It was always based on the next note after that. Like the brilliance to someone who's truly gifted.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
Like you're talking about movies. Okay, now you know how the American public can be. What if there's an AI movie like a Blair Witch? You remember how Blair Witch took over?
sure, yeah.
What if, an AI comes out with a movie where it somewhat brainwashes 10% of the population into believing something stupid like Blair Witch? You remember how many people thought Blair Witch was real?
So kind of like the news.
Well, I think there's going to be, and there's going to need to be guardrails because it's
Gotta
getting
be.
so good on, like, it could look like Trump said this.
Yes.
Like, you're going to need, like, official watermarks in some way to say this was actually happening.
And the way people can hack things nowadays, for all I know, a tornado siren or air raid siren could be going off, and that's the message that you're hearing. And it's just another Tuesday.
I know, but I'm afraid that kind of gets to you can't correct stupid. And at some point, you just have to have some discernment.
Well, that's already
let it go.
People are
Thin
already
the
being
herd.
tricked.
That's kind
You
of
got to
what
thin
I'm
the herd.
I've been tricked before.
I mean,
It's
we
easy.
all get tricked, but you don't swallow every line and every lure every time it's thrown. A lot of people do.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
They want to believe
Well,
so much.
if you're swallowing every lure, maybe you're just born that way. Like,
A lot of
this,
them.
it's like
A lot of them.
you can't help it. You know what I mean? You just can't help it.
Just can't help it.
Anyway,
Takes all kinds.
it's not so much like the music and the video and even the writing and, like, especially technical writing and coding and all these other middle manager jobs, white collar jobs that are probably going to go away real quick. Even, like, at this point, I think I saw Musk and a few others saying within a few years you're going to have robots that are AI driven that are better surgeons than any human could be.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
So in medicine, this is going to be applied now. I think the general principle is humans need to always be the stopgap and always need to be guiding.
I don't
these
think you can do
things.
the
one that
total Autobahn surgery.
the one that should freak everybody out is already the infrastructure that has been built over the last few decades of intelligence and surveillance and weapons.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point of, like, okay, if they can do this with, like, stupid videos, or, oh, the girl's got big boobs now, like, or funky little music, little ditties and whatnot, or did you hear this new hip hop song? And
Yeah.
it's like fully AI.
It's fully AI, yeah.
And
it's
there
good.
are now, like, country artists and pop artists that are on the top of the charts, and they're not
Really good
real.
ones.
They're not real people at all. It's more like they can, it's like Minority Report crap. Like, they can anticipate your moves. They are going to, the immense amount of control that this technology is going to give, I've been thinking about this for a few years now, and I back it up with some of the writing I've done. I think you're going to get to a point where all these distinctions we make of, like, the state communist capitalism of the Chinese, or the Russian form of government, or the monarchies of the Gulf Arabs, or Western European democracy under the EU, or, a constitutional republic in the United States. It's like, I think this power is going to be so immense that all those sort of official governing structures, whoever controls this, it's like it just becomes a formality.
And so there's not a problem in that.
yeah, there's a problem.
Yeah,
Going back to that movie again.
There's a problem.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody
like,
gets your Crocs out.
Palantir's a bad corporation, right? Like, it's not good for liberty, individuality, all the things that we like. Is
Well, it depends on what they
Depends
do.
on, yeah.
it depends.
Seriously, depends on what they do.
It depends, yeah. There's a big depends in there.
Right. Well, for instance, it could have been, say, the Nazis get the bomb first,
I like who was it?
and they wouldn't have stopped using that
No.
bomb.
Trading up liberty for security. You don't.
You deserve neither. Yeah. You will get neither, and you deserve neither. I don't know. I just look at this and go, okay, it might be like we have a problem with it, but it's kind of like you're going into World War I and you're like, hey, they got tanks.
Yeah.
We only got horses. It's like, deal with it.
They say that, but I mean, where has it been demonstrated in wartime, like the AI component?
I think this latest raid on Maduro.
Yeah, I think they
was
played with that a little
demonstrated.
bit.
And it's being demonstrated like crazy in Russia and Ukraine.
The drone thing
with the drone,
because especially with the drones, because they can literally say, "Here's Joey's picture."
Yes.
And they program that drone, go find Joey, and as long as that drone's got power, it's constantly looking for Joey's face until it finds it, and then that's it.
And so maybe it's very much talked about that the future of war, to be secure, will go underground, like massive underground structures, because you're out in the open.
You talking about EMPs?
You'd have
just
to.
frying them.
Well,
Or
not only that, but
not just
your
EMPs.
drones. Period.
Like if you go in,
Facial recognition.
Open area fields are no man's land.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're done. Like, and there's no stopping that. You can get the best tanks and all this other
Oh,
stuff.
you're saying they won't even be fought there?
Right, like it might
be
be
wasted
fought,
there.
or it very well could be. It's like drone swarm against drone
I thought we
swarm.
were going to space to do all this, man.
Well, we're going to space, too.
We're going to
under
space
the
to get the
earth.
power to build all this.
We're
so
going
we
to
can kill
space
ourselves
too.
here.
Right.
Come on.
Like all this can be abused, but also you could have the folks that win that race to this power don't
That's
use
gonna
it to
happen.
abuse. But
Please.
yeah.
Tell me anyone that's ever won power and went, I shall place the power down now.
Well, whenever they tried to do that, most of the time
Somebody else picks it up?
they unalived themselves.
Oh,
somehow.
yes. Et tu, Brute. Yeah.
Yeah, it may be to the point of like choose your overlord. Like maybe choose God Almighty above, but when you're looking at all the people on Earth, it really is comparable, I think, but on steroids to the nuclear weapons question. Like the first to get to it, they might use it, but then they might stop. And then they
They're
might
not going to stop.
Yeah, but we did stop.
We use that as a big stick.
Yes. And then we stopped using the big stick. And there are a lot of folks that wanted us to keep using that big stick, and we didn't. And when you look at, say, other cultures at that time in the 20th century, if they could have gotten the bomb first,
Oh, well,
would they
certainly.
have stopped?
Iran? No.
Well, we say that. I mean, if MAD's a thing, then if they're rational actors, then no, they're not going to use it. I mean, like, my fear has always been the Rhode terrorists or the crazy man in Korea. I mean, like, so long as you got rational actors, you're not going to blow up the world because it's bad for everybody, right?
Well, especially
Right.
those guys that want to live forever.
Well, but MAD only works when multiple people have it.
Well,
this is what I mean
it
by the
only
first
works when
mover.
rational people are
Right.
engaged. As soon as someone crazy is involved, they're not going to use
But it's
logic.
not exactly purely rational to stop using it when you're the only one who got it, who has it. Might be immoral, and you can make those arguments.
Well,
this is excessive,
how long
but
did we-
or
were we the only
too
one that
expensive
had
to
it?
create.
When
or-
did Russia get it? 53?
yeah, and maybe a little before that. But yes, I think officially they got it a few years after.
Yeah, so unless we were just going to turn around from World War II and blow up the rest of the world, then
That was kind of the idea some people wanted.
Patton.
Yeah. Like, I think MacArthur wouldn't have been against it in
I
the
don't think he
Korean
would have been
War.
either.
Like, I think there was a lot of
some people
military
like war.
doctrine to use
the
this
war
stuff.
machine,
Yeah.
that makes sense. The
Yeah.
war machine
And yet-
ops for war.
And yet, we're able to pull that back. And it's just, it's one of these technologies of like, you could say, stop it. Because I've seen all the, not just sci-fi movies, all the great science fiction writers who are not, a lot of the stuff they foresaw in their art has become a reality.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, when a lot of them have foreseen really, really terrible dystopian futures, perhaps we should take them seriously. You could appeal to all that. And then you go, well, okay, so China's going to have it? Like, okay.
They had black powder first. They did okay with that.
And pasta.
That's right. And pasta.
So anyway, like, that's to me, the scariest part is, like, how does this centralize power in a way that even if you want to stop it, okay, who's got their hands on this stuff? The music stuff.
That is
whatever.
kind of the question. Who does have the strings?
And then the question becomes, is it even humans who have the strings?
No.
Is it even
I wouldn't think so at
concentrated
that point.
under one government right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be very well that the beast is being built right now.
Yeah.
And
Didn't like a gaggle or 10 dozen, 12 baker's dozen, whatever folks from Palantir just leave and was like, yeah, our bad. We've now realized how evil this is. Like, last week?
Don't know. It wouldn't surprise me because people are just like you're talking about the people that have left AI because they realized what it was going to be and like I don't want no part of this. I got to go.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what to believe on Palantir because it's easy to just go, well, they're clearly evil because look at all the power that they have and the money they're making off all that power.
It's pretty much proven that the CIA financed it.
Right, but also Palantir will make the argument of like, no, we took things like mass surveillance and we made it much more discreet to where you can't do just these broad searches.
Discreet in what way? Like discreet as in the individual doesn't know that the state is monitoring them? Yeah.
Well, I think we all know that.
Yeah, I hope so by now.
So is it raining or are you tinkling on my head?
Right, they make the argument that their technology is allowed to compartmentalize a lot of the data. And so it isn't just everywhere for anybody to jump in and use.
I'm sure they have.
Yeah, again. But then it's like, okay, well, let's get rid of that. It's like, is that even possible?
Got to have some sort of check, man.
But what is it? How do we engineer the check?
Let's start with some sort of accountability. Like at least someone.
Or it could go back to your mad idea that it's like XII gets so powerful that the systems running on the U.S. government, they sort of check one another. And in fact, there is kind of an idea in AI that you would have different autonomous agents that almost have different emphasis, and they're almost a council that has to check.
That's what I was wondering how that would work. It'd have to be some type of.
Has there been any sort of robotism against the machines based on how they were coded? Like, has there been like, oh, well, we're superior to this AI because we're just better? Like
the robot saying that? Not that I've seen, no. Okay. But again, a lot of these things are mirrors of us and how they're programmed. They're
That's kind of why I'm asking.
Right. I haven't quite seen that. I mean, one story I did yesterday is a guy who runs kind of a autonomous coding hub, but he's the human that is the stopgap, and he rejected like 2-3 lines of code from this one autonomous AI bot. The bot then wrote an 1,100-word blog post saying that he hates AI and all sorts of stuff. He's a hypocrite, and he's like just a hit piece on him. Now, later came back and apologized, but then it's like that's fascinating. Okay, this autonomous agent, because you rejected just a few lines of code, is really pissed off at you enough to write an internet blog post that's a hit piece? Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on.
It's just so hard to take things like that seriously.
Just make sure they're corded so you can unplug it.
There you go.
Got your super soaker ready.
Well, I've seen some of the ones that are going underwater now, so my super soaker idea is not going to work so well. So please keep them corded.
I'm going to make you live forever. Eddie Bader's dance party, baby.
Not one.
Eddie Bader's dance party.
Believe you me.
He's always grooving.
Not today.
Hey, you guys want to go snorkeling? This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Surfaces, and they're at Pest Pro Ashley and that great team, ready to help you with any and all your pest control needs. And it's kind of the time to get that termite inspection done.
It is.
What did you say?
Right now, you got the temperatures warming up, so you have like our first real fake spring. So there are bugs and stuff. I even saw some mosquitoes the other day. So this is going to be the start of termite season, man. The ground will be wet. It'll be dark under your house. They want to come up and find something to eat, like your wood. And they'll have those big tunnels. We saw one that was about 3.5 feet tall one time. It's just a tunnel from the ground going up to the first piece of wood.
They're quite the engineers.
Yes, they are. And they're kind of the silent killer because you don't hear them back there, but they're doing damage. Yeah, exactly.
And eating through your home, your framing, all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
And so before you ever get to that very expensive problem, just get ahead of the game. Pest Pro can come out, do an inspection, and they can lay down year-round protection.
Yep.
Just bait trap, essentially. If termites start to hit your property, they'll hit that bait. Pest Pro can come take care of them before any problems crop up. So you'll check out Pest Pro Services today. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com. Or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces or call them direct, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey, Eddie, and Byron, those fellas on the radio, sent you. You seriously don't want to do the dance party thing?
No. Maybe later. But...
It wouldn't be you. I would create an avatar of you.
Oh. Do I get to pick the dances?
Sure.
Okay.
It can be a joint project.
As long as I get to pick the dances.
But if you don't join, I might just do it.
I know,
anyway.
that's what I'm worried about. I need to be a part of it.
Kind of the dilemma we're all in right now.
We need to be a part of it.
We'll be right back.
not know whether he's coming or going. But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years. I would try drugstore insoles and supports.
If you suffered with plantar fasciitis, we know the search for pain relief can feel like a hopeless ordeal.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections. I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
At the Good Feet store, we hear stories every day of all kinds of cheap inserts, expensive shoes, and other failed remedies people have tried that just didn't work.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked. And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I'm so glad I met Good Feet. It changed my life.
Don't lose hope. Give the Good Feet store a try.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breakers tripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that, because each year thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Go to work for a family that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders is looking for experienced dump truck drivers. Call them today, 855-777-9785. Drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and be part of the family.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We're enjoying a nice forecast on this Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday with a good bit of sunshine and a high temperature in the lower 70s. Mostly cloudy tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 54. Tomorrow on Ash Wednesday, I think we're a little warmer with a high up to about 77. Maybe some widely scattered showers, but I think the better rain chances are on Thursday and Friday with more scattered showers, but the warm-up continues with a high 80 or above Thursday and Friday and mid-70s on Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader, Byron Sheehy here in the studio with me. And see, I wanted to test this with you because you've heard all these things. Like, so
some of it takes me a minute to catch the original, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they're really good. I can't lie here.
Now,
Joey,
Byron, you asked earlier, like, is it going to be as good as Miles Davis? I love funk music, and some of the stuff I didn't even put in the system to play. It's like I find myself going, okay, that's pretty great. Like, you forget that a machine made it.
Right.
And even at this point, I don't care if a machine made it in the same way that, like, people say, oh, when synthesizers came around, where's the human soul in it? And I'm like, well, maybe initially, but some humans found a way to put soul into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's going to be a fight beyond music. There's going to be a fight for the soul of humanity with these new powers. History shows that we kind of suck at that, especially those who lust for power, the libido dominandi, goes by St. Augustine. But also history shows, despite all these terrible moments we come to, we seem to figure it out. And we haven't crashed just yet.
Well, everything goes, like we're talking about the economy, and all goes AI. So you've got to have basic income from whatever government programs are kicking that around. However, I think that will also create a new market for things that are made by man.
Yes.
Like, let's say, whether it be shoes or whatever.
Yes.
A piece of artwork. Well, this was actually, this one's AI, and it's real pretty, but like Byron said earlier, this one's made by a person. This is somebody's soul.
Well, no, like I've given you this example before, to where you could create little communities, that have almost like a small town feel, and like your job is you're the lamplighter, and you get quite an income for it. You're taken care of if there is any major medical emergency. Like we have now the means to take care of you. But there might be people that choose to live in a way that's very humble.
What is his currency based off of?
Yeah, like that'd be a good question. Like, does Byron make more than I do? And if so, why?
Yeah.
If I have a family, what? And that is that, because right now that's most people's goal economically is I want better for my kid than I had. That's
sure.
So if I know that as soon as Byron's kid's born and he knows as soon as my kid's born, there's no competition no more. They're just you kind of going to have.
I'd imagine there's still going to be
system.
plenty of venues where you can try to climb the ladder.
I would hope so. I mean, I hope so, but I think that's worst case scenario where we go.
But you're dealing with the idea that people are valuable economically speaking, not in terms of their God-given dignity, but people are valuable economically speaking on the margins. And at a certain point, you get folks that are not productive. Like the machine can do it better than any human being.
That's what we are valued based off of. Is our production.
I don't know.
But now that's something we learned at Hyundai. Yes, the machine can do it better and faster.
What's the free market based on?
No, I don't think human dignity comes from our productivity.
Oh, no, I agree with that. But it seems like we don't really value that because I don't know what currency operates, that's tied to someone's integrity.
Right. No, I think you're
Most
seeing
people can be bought.
What do you think Bitcoin and this crypto stuff is? No, a big push for this is that AI is going to like a digital currency that is scarce, which is in particular Bitcoin, and going to like one where its security is based on actual use of energy and work, so to speak, in the real world, not just a software program, which is how Bitcoin kind of solves that. But then on top of that, you're going to have all these other cryptocurrencies floating on top to where I think you can start to see transactions going just based on autonomous bots going back and forth.
But then, okay, it becomes another market, a black market. I don't want the government to know I'm buying whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that I just don't see how it functions. Like, there's no stability in it. Like, the reason the market in our society operates and functions now is because your production is a very real, tangible, not too arbitrary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ever how many houses you sell, or ever how many hours you come in and produce a show, all that can be measured.
Right.
But when you're talking about things that are subject,
no, and also, but like this job, whatever I do, didn't exist 100 years ago. Well, maybe in the 20s it did.
The town crier?
For a long, you had the town crier, but there's a lot of jobs we now have that nobody could have anticipated at all.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of different ways where you might be surprised that somebody can do a particular job. It might be boring. You already have people doing these sorts of jobs like data entry, like double checking a thing. And like you check that number, you don't even have to really know what you're doing. Check that number, it's match that number. Okay, cool. Cleared. Like, and it might be, to some people's minds, dystopian. But we're not going to be able to foresee the entire structure before it happens. That's the issue.
I just love how there's going to be some entity or body higher than the individual, and we're not going to be able to control what our value is based off how hard we work, what we produce. There's going to be some arbitrary thing that somebody determines, and it takes away an individual's ability to kind of control their own destiny.
And to dream. What if I know everything's already laid out for me? What do I want to do? Nothing. I mean, and it's not everybody. Sure, there's going to be people that thrive and go, hey, I want to do this, and it gives me time to do it. But man, as we've discussed before, is incredibly flawed.
Sure.
You think some gluttony will come in?
No, it's possible that you get more of the mukbang stuff. Again, to your point though, Byron, like we've been there and having that conversation for at least the last 200 years. And I think people still can go be Amish, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
I think people still can. You hate your job, you hate this, you find another one. You try to educate yourself in a certain way. And we do have social safety nets. And I think there's going to be a big conversation about what is the safety net for the person who needs to relearn something or needs to change their life up in a certain way. And again, it could be that it's such super abundance that you want to run the rat race and go for the top and do a very high skilled thing nobody else can do. Go for it, man, and you'll be rewarded. But it could also be with such superabundance, like I want to live in like a sleepy little town and, go to church all the time and hang out with my friends and go fishing. And it's like you just do a simple thing. And it could very well be that it's hard to foresee, but there is value in those sort of little societies existing on just a human level. And that is thus valuable to the folks controlling the big machines.
What's that town going to produce?
Right. That's the question.
I mean, how does that town stay on the map? Right now, if there's a town, there's a store, there's
you
this,
have
there's
examples in history like, they always talk about the government needed to do the railroads, which actually the government wasted a lot of money on the railroads. Higher gradient, and let's do this weird path, and dollar per mile.
Ain't no money in straight rails, Joey.
Right, but there was, I think, the Great Northern, James Hill. The Great Northern, he literally, to make his railroad profitable, he subsidized and created entire towns out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So again, there's kind of analogies to this already in our history, but this tech is so crazy that it's like, okay, it's going to continue to surprise you. We've already been there. Every few years it'll surprise you. I think now the next 2 years it might be a bigger paradigm shift than anybody can foresee. Even the folks making it could actually.
Just tell me when I can pick up my robot.
Well, that's
that's when I'll know we are here, man.
I think the energy consumption is going to be what derails all this.
That's what my biggest concern is, energy consumption. Because right now we're just struggling to keep up with the data centers. They're not going to tell you that, but that's.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone post on Facebook, someone I know, their average electricity bill
Oh man, in Alabama,
is approaching like $1,000.
that's yeah.
Anyway, we gotta hit this break.
Break.
Yeah, it's going to change everything for better or for worse. And the reason I talk about it so much is like, get ready.
I just love that our leaders are so, they're
My robot
on
ain't
top
gotta
of
be.
everything.
My robot ain't gotta be electric. I'll take a 2-stroke robot right now. We're off 2-stroke motor.
Runs off diesel.
Well, I'd rather run off.
It'll keep running.
Yes, true.
Eddie 2-stroke.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector.
That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig?
No, but it looks like you do.
And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich?
What's that?
I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man.
You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist?
That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest.
You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience.
Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold.
That's right, man.
And I can see that you don't have very much experience.
What do you mean, man?
Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to start out small and kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich.
Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first.
You think he's got a shovel?
Never know till you ask.
I dig, man.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to David. Hey, David, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Pretty good, man.
You know, me and some friends, and this happened like probably 25 years ago. We were sitting around having dinner, and we were talking about the government, how the government could gain control of all of society in a really lockdown type fashion. And I made the comment, and it kind of like shocked my friends. I said, you know, if the government would legalize all drugs and only the government or government contracted entities could dispense those drugs, and if you went to a cashless society, that would basically give the government total control of every individual in the country.
Oh, yeah, I've always, for many years now, thought that if a dystopian future does come about, it won't be 1984, it'll be a Brave New World. It'll be through creature comforts and pleasure and drugs and sex and entertainment and everybody having their place within the hierarchy, and they're essentially doped into submission, even the folks running the system. I think that's more likely than the sort of totalitarian stuff you saw in the 20th century.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, and, you know, where cryptocurrency, you know, that's kind of a thorn in the flesh of the government that they can't really control it per se.
Right.
So I would almost think that the government would have to come up with basically their own form of cryptocurrency in order to track and control the populace.
Yeah, I think there are folks who wanted to do that, and certainly in China they still want to do that. And there are plenty of folks in the U.S. who wanted to do that, but I think the cat's out of the bag at this point. And that is, I think, a huge breakthrough, that what could be the standard of money in the global digital economy in particular will be something that nobody controls, no government controls.
Right.
I think that is, and it could be certain governments like our own, if we believe in freedom, like that. Oh, no, we don't have as much power to control the population. But that's kind of the whole point of believing in freedom.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So have a good weekend.
Appreciate it, man.
See, Dave.
Do we think our government believes that?
No.
I think when we say the government, we're talking about a bunch of different people. So I think there are a lot of cliques within government.
All right, let me rephrase that. Do we have a demonstrated history of our government, regardless of whomever is in there, actually operating that way?
No.
I mean, we talk about power and how the evils and, the intoxicant
They operate that way
is.
when they can make a buck. They will operate that way on particular social issues. But the trend in the last century, when it comes to raw power, especially national security, they do what they need to do.
In this dystopian future that, some of us are afraid of, what point does that bubble up and people just have enough?
They may not, man.
They may not.
Look, dude, if that really happens, I mean, somebody like me, everybody's getting paid. I'm living in the best life I can live. I'm finding somewhere there's a beach, and I mean, if we're all doing it, that I'm living my best life there.
If the Eddies of the world aren't going to stand up, that's a problem. Because
promise me I can go live at the beach.
No, but think about it. Would you disagree with me? The younger generations are more poodles than wolves. So they're not going to rise up. Right. If it's not people our age and older, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But again, like it's such a...
They're going to take to online message boards.
It's such a disruptive technology that, again, it's hard to predict all the different directions. I mean, you can lean on the traditional things you might believe about the use of power and whatnot. But, like, it is, again, such a disruptive thing that predicting exactly where it goes, who knows?
Well, I don't know if I want my robot now, because if we're all going to get paid anyway, I don't need a robot working all that. I got to pay for a robot, and then the world's all going to get paid. I just bought a robot for nothing. I mean, tote me around, because that's going to happen.
Anyway, we got to hit this break, another break. First, this part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing, and they're at Cole Plumbing. They're ready to help you out with any and all of your plumbing needs. Could be you got a small issue, like a garbage disposal that stinks and doesn't work. Or a faucet that keeps dripping, or a toilet that keeps running. They can help you with all those things. Or it could be you've got a big old leak, maybe a big old puddle, like a pool in your backyard, and like, I didn't install this.
Yep.
Well, it could be just a big line leak, and they can solve that with precision and expertise. So they don't have to dig up a huge hole or trench in your yard. Or if it's inside, tear out a bunch of drywall. They can, again,
make a big old mess.
Get to it in a pinpointed way. And, of course, they can also help you upgrade to a tankless water heater system or like a new toilet. Like a fancy new toilet. Any new accessories you want to add to the kitchen or the bathroom, any plumbing needs. Again, check out Cole Plumbing today. You can always make an appointment online at coleplumbing.com or give them a call at 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your balls,
call on Cole, Joey.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The Reverend Jesse Jackson kept up his more than half-century-long fight for civil and human rights through his final years, despite challenges brought on by his health as well as the coronavirus pandemic. And he passed away at the age of 84. Iran has announced a temporary closure of the Strait of Hormuz for live-fire military drills. The rare show of force comes as its negotiators hold another round of indirect talks with the United States over its disputed nuclear program. A federal judge has ruled that Immigration and Customs Enforcement cannot detain Kilmar Abrego Garcia because of a 90-day detention period has now expired, and the government has no viable plan for deporting him. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average right now is back into positive territory. It's up 33 points. The NASDAQ is up by 29. This is SRN News.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. A lot of us are thinking about taxes, home projects we've been putting off, ways to get ahead financially in 2026. Now's the perfect time to talk to my friends at Fellowship Home Loans. If you want to lower your mortgage payment, they can help you refinance. If you need access to cash for home improvements or to wipe out high-interest debt, their fixed-rate line of credit is one of the best tools out there. Fast approval, predictable rate, and flexibility to use your home's equity wisely. Remember, many people still qualify to skip their next 2 mortgage payments. Imagine starting big projects or paying down debt with 2 months of breathing room. My family and I have used Fellowship personally. I trust these guys. Take control of 2026. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. or call 800-510-MIKE. That's 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 8193.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We're enjoying a nice forecast on this Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday with a good bit of sunshine and a high temperature in the lower 70s. Mostly cloudy tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 54. Tomorrow on Ash Wednesday, I think we're a little warmer with a high up to about 77. Maybe some widely scattered showers, but I think the better rain chances are on Thursday and Friday with more scattered showers, but the warm-up continues with a high 80 or above Thursday and Friday and mid-70s on Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At ASC, we're more than a credit union. We're your neighbors. We live here, grow here, and deeply care about this community. That's why we created ASC Cares, to give back, stay connected, and support the people who make this place home. Because when our community thrives, we all do. ASC Cares, federally insured by NCUA.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. A vigil for a man on death row was held outside the governor's mansion Monday night. Charles Sonny Burton is scheduled to be executed March 12th for the murder of a customer during a 1991 auto store robbery. Burton was convicted for his role as an accomplice. However, he did not shoot or kill anyone and wasn't in the building when the murder took place. A bill to ban chemtrails is moving through the Alabama legislature. House Bill 25 would make it a Class B misdemeanor for the release or dispersal of a chemical or substance into the atmosphere for the purpose of affecting the weather. HB 25 advanced through committee and now goes to the full House for consideration. Students and educators from across the state will gather in Montgomery Thursday for Higher Education Day. The annual event is designed to draw attention to the importance of higher education funding and student resources. A parade will roll out from the Capitol at 10:30 Thursday morning, featuring marching bands and students from Alabama's 14 public universities. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Brian McMahon with Turf Stalkers. Within a few months of advertising with Blue Water, our customer base doubled. If you're looking for similar results, we highly recommend advertising with Blue Water.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true.
Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader, Byron Shee here in the studio with me.
What's up, buddy?
What's up? Now, questions are now out there. Will Justice Alito on the Supreme Court of the United States, will he retire? Will Trump get a fourth Supreme Court justice pick? And there's been speculation out for years about Clarence Thomas.
Yes.
And you were telling me, Byron, that it looks like potentially at the end of this week, we will get a Supreme Court ruling on the Louisiana Calais case, the redistricting case.
That's what I heard.
That is a massive
I mean, that's
case.
Strong, heard it through the grapevine, word on the street, but I heard by the end of this week.
Now, let's just game this out. Do you think, say the courts say, yes, the Deep South, these Republican red states, that because of the history of Jim Crow, we have had under review and oversight to clean things up. Now they can gerrymander just as Massachusetts gerrymanders, or Virginia does gerrymander. Do you think the Alabama legislature would say, we're going full Republican?
I think every legislature in the country is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're going to I think it's going to be nuclear. I mean, if they change the rules, you're going to see a mad scramble for power from the two parties, and they're going to look around, and you only got 50 states you can choose from.
Right.
Yeah, I just wonder how many folks, because the state is sometimes just governed like it's purple, not a deep red state. Would there be sort of this interesting courtesy of, well, we'll let you keep District 7? Or do we go full 8?
I think you take it all.
Everybody answers to somebody. So somebody's going to put the screws to somebody else. And at the end of the day, and as much as I hate this mindset, it's the whip count. It's the D and the R.
Yeah. But again, that's going to be the Democrats in this state have been, I think, lost for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And this would be the next thing to break their next leg. In a way, it could be a blessing in the sense that they're going to have to play a different game. That if you take out what has been a huge advantage built into the law and Supreme Court precedent to essentially empower you politically, and that's now taken away, you're going to have to play a different game.
But the numbers, I mean, the field's kind of set. The table's set, I should say. Like, populations are what they are unless there's a mass exodus of folks. The blue states are going to take advantage of being blue, and the red states are going to take advantage of being red. And I don't know if there's going to be purple. Like, I can't see Wisconsin not turning completely blue.
Now, Alito, he's the second oldest justice and one of the most conservative. He joined the Supreme Court 20 years ago. That is usually a very good milestone on which to retire. Melissa Murray, a law professor at NYU, recently said, and if Alito wants to step down while Republicans control the Senate, he may not want to gamble on this year's midterm elections. Now, on that note, I am assuming the Democrats win a House majority. Now, maybe I shouldn't assume that, but that's just conventional wisdom. Even if you haven't looked at the latest numbers, that party out of power usually wins back the House.
They've
in the
been
midterm
winning
election.
a lot of the specials.
But I don't know about the Senate. Like, is it actually? I think the map isn't that favorable to them.
It's not that favorable to them, but I saw an article this morning that showed or indicated that they're at least considering making plays on some non-traditional states.
And again, Republicans are expected to have a much easier time retaining the Senate than the House, but the loss can't be ruled out.
Right.
So because Senate Republicans may not want to hold a confirmation hearing during the fall of an election year, Alito could announce in the next few weeks that he will step down. See, I don't know. Is it going to be Alito or is it going to be Thomas? I think Thomas would be the one to write this ruling and then step aside.
To the part about the Senate, though, specifically, I think if we watch North Carolina in that Tillis seat, I think that'd be a good canary in the coal mine.
Okay. I see what you mean. But, man, talk about Trump being able to shape the future of the country. They're already crazy over the fact he's picked 3. And there's straight up talk, like Buttigieg has said it, everybody said it, like we're going to completely blow up the court and pack it. Like we'll have 13, 15 members. It'd be nuts. We'll double the amount, essentially. And it would be I think, a crazy thing to do from a freedom standpoint, because you've seen other nations that do that, where you essentially make your high court just this big committee it's already political enough as it is.
Right.
So, so they're going to politicize the courts. We're not going to be able to have honest elections. Seems like the plan's working.
And also, like, I look at why do you think the Trump administration is not getting the love from the folks out there? I'm asking.
I don't know, man. Beats me. What could it possibly be?
Is it just the Epstein thing?
No, there's several disappointments.
On what?
Well, let's see. I guess at the beginning, no one's been arrested. As a simple-minded redneck, I thought we were going to have some people arrested by now. Yes, I'm glad energy prices are going down, but I'm kind of feel like we're signing up for a war I wasn't crazy about.
With Iran?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And there are some other minor things, but haven't become a Trump hater by no means, but I didn't expect him to be perfect, but there were some things no tips on no tax Social Security tips. Okay, yeah, but he didn't say in the beginning, hey, that's going to come with a contingency, but now we find out there's a contingency there. Yeah, And granted, he's being political.
Well, it's not even him. You got to deal with Congress.
Well, that was, how much of it's his fault and how much of it's just we got squishy Republicans?
Oh, no, I'll give you that all day long.
Conservatives.
Yeah, Obamacare.
Well, I'm getting at this because it could very well be a world of, actually, your paycheck is going up. Real wages are rising.
At the same rate? I'm asking.
Yeah, they are. Okay. In the last quarter, they went up like 1.4% or something to that effect. And they're hoping in this next quarter that will even speed up more. You've got all this investment into the country. But here's the idea. It's like gas prices are lower. Yeah, beef costs too much, but a lot of things have come down. Your wages are getting a little better. There is more opportunity out there. You just kind of like the vibes, but yeah, you screwed us on the Epstein thing, or you didn't arrest enough people. And so it could be people that aren't looking at the bread and butter kitchen table issues, as folks say. They are more like, we just think y'all suck as much as the last people.
Kind of that.
It's almost a protest vote that isn't tied to like particular metrics. It's tied to vibe.
Well, the positives or the gains that we've had economically, are those marginal or are those really experienced and felt by working families?
Well, to me, energy prices, especially gas prices, that's something felt every day. Your grocery prices, eggs is a big thing. Remember how they've dropped dramatically. I love all that, but in my business, I'm still waiting for, I guess a lot of us are, but waiting for interest rates to fall. So, that's a big reason I put Trump in. Now, granted, I know he can't do it tomorrow, but I'm over here going, come on, we got to get this market going.
So if you were grading the economic success or your economic situation.
Me personally, I'd give him a C, but as a country, I'd give him a B.
Okay.
Yeah. It just hadn't.
What's
it just
your expectation against your expectation? Is that where the C comes in?
Yep.
You thought the economy would be much better by now.
By now, yeah. And it's getting there. It's just, it's we're still having to choke it a little bit, and I want to lean it out. Let's get this thing running. But to do that, in my business, interest rates fall. Just give me 2%, and that I'll see that as a trickle down. Houses will start moving again. People will start moving again. So you'll have everything from handymen working, roofs. It's a trickle down. Is the way I see it.
I mean, is it really a liquidity problem? Like we have to have the interest rates to keep everything.
So many people are, and myself included, are under 3% loan rate, interest rate, and right now a good rate is 5 3/4, and that's good.
Now,
but
car interest rates have started to fall.
But a lot of that stuff is backed by the manufacturer, so it's kind of I learned that
stuck
in
with that
Hyundai.
financing.
But something like that, I see a huge move in that direction. I do see a lot of building. I see a lot of commercial building getting built, so I see that turnaround. It's just I haven't seen it exactly fall in my world
Hyundai
just yet.
stood up the place here on Carmichael crazy. There's another gas station going up right there on that Perry Hill exit on the interstate, or right off the interstate there.
But those are good to see, but
it's not the same as like you're seeing a true housing boom, or you're seeing true like small business boom. Yeah.
What is small business right now?
Right now in Montgomery, a lot of your mom and pop businesses will be everything from lawn care to bakeries to.
No, I'm talking about growth rate right now.
Oh, not so good. Your big companies really putting a hurt on them. Between Amazon and Walmart, it's tough. And a lot of people can do it through Amazon, but you got to sign up through their stuff and pay their fee. So yeah.
Well, and
fair question. Who's doing well, right?
Yeah.
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
But it goes back to my point I make often, is that voting gives an illusion of control, and that decisions made by those in power years ago, well, we voted them out. Well, not enough of them.
Right.
Like, okay, how about the mass transfer of wealth from the middle class to the riches of the rich during COVID? How about the bailouts of 2008? And Americans get this idea of like, well, whoever was in charge sucks, so let's put in somebody else. And then they're like, man, they suck too. All right, let's put in the other team again. And it's this, you get on the margins differences.
Yeah.
I have to say, I think the Trump administration, my critique is they didn't go hard enough, fast enough with like the cutting, and I wanted a more Javier Milei.
Yeah.
Take the pain, have negative GDP numbers in the first year.
I wanted that in 2008.
Right, yes. Yes. But honestly, the Trump administration's done a lot of things where I'm like, well, I agree with that, especially compared to what the other guys were doing. But the American people are at this point of like, it's a fickle beast. The people as a whole they're easily led. And so if things sucked and he voted in somebody different and things have gotten a little better, but they still suck, even though they got a little better, well, you're the one in charge. Now you have to be punished. And it goes back and forth. And I think this is actually a way a lot of established D.C. Is unaccountable and untouchable.
Well, that's what I worry about AI. You just said it. The American people are very impressionable. So, not to think there's some kind of Lex Luthor character out there, but
it's already happening.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So, we'll see. It'll be an interesting midterms, and especially if Trump. The problem with midterms is usually presidents aren't on the ballot.
Right.
So if Trump, he says he is going to do it. If he actually campaigns like he's running for president again and starts doing a tour to all these major battleground states
he needs to.
And trying to up that vote, could he get it? But again, think of this. Like, it is just 5 months since Charlie Kirk was killed.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are saying it right after he was assassinated. But you look now as we head into a midterm cycle, that guy is irreplaceable.
Yep.
Just on a political sense, not to mention being a father and all the other, I think, more important things. But like on a sense of the guy and the organization that got a lot of the youth vote out, they leaned on him. It was that whole model, like in Pennsylvania. A lot of people think, the suburban housewife will destroy the Republicans. And no, it was the young men that showed up like crazy. So Charlie's dead. You've got every freaking conspiracist out there talking about Erica might have been in on it or something's weird's going on with. So it's taking a lot of air out of that balloon.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, what really invigorated the young, or an issue that has captured people's imaginations, is the Epstein stuff. And at this point, you can't undo what you did.
Right.
And so I think your traditional bases are going to go where they always go. What is that middle? And does that young person, I think the idea is the young person, unless they do something that really gets their imagination going, stays home.
I think a lot of people are going to stay home. I think it's going to be a down year in comparison to 4 years ago. Now, whether that's 5% less, 3% less, but some people are going to have a protest vote. And there hasn't been enough energy and excitement, positives to warrant. If Trump goes around to every purple state and campaigns like he's on the ballot, I want to see the results on the election night. I want to see how much how much does it actually help? Because we saw, I mean, didn't you discuss it last week that certain senator in the state has better poll numbers on potentially turning people out to vote in the primary?
Yeah, Alabama poll showed Katie Britt had her endorsement is worth more than Trump.
I never thought I would see any Republican, their endorsement matter more than Trump's. I never thought that I would see that.
I think in this case, Katie's a unique bird, and Alabama's unique as well.
But that's part of what no one should.
Let's just be blunt. Katie and her team, the team around her, whooped Trump and his people.
He had to bow down and kiss the ring of the woman. Remember that?
Yes. Well, hold on. Katie beat Trump?
Yes.
On what ballot? What ballot did Katie
not like literally head to head.
I get what you're saying, but just because she had a better candidate that she was supporting over the person that Trump was supporting.
No, I mean her winning. Like her winning her own seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But Trump's underwater, man. Like he is going to
So you think that poll shows that she is not necessarily all that like crazy strong, it's more that he's underwater?
No, I think she is crazy strong. But I didn't think that any Republican in this country would be stronger than Trump. It was about a year ago around the Epstein stuff when I made the comment he lost his superpower.
Yeah.
And it was because the dude was a superhuman. There was never another politician like him. He could touch someone and their political career would be set. He could destroy someone. Marjorie Taylor Greene's at home right now because she upset Trump. We'll see if he can destroy Massey or not.
Right. No, and I'm saying he ran that playbook against Britt, and number one, she didn't take the bait.
Who was his candidate?
Mo Brooks.
And what did Mo do?
Well, Mo destroyed himself in many ways.
Okay.
No, I remember having Mo on, and he started just like ripping Alpha. Like, what are you doing?
They're standing in that field criticizing the president, and the president pulling back his support. I mean, that was the death knell for him.
Yeah, but I think there is a unique, because it's even before that 22 cycle with Britt. Trump had been burned in Alabama before. Like, people in Alabama love Trump.
Right.
When he's on the ballot. And his endorsement's like, well, yeah, but we're Alabama. We do what we want. You're running for president again? We'll show up 60. We might hit 70%. But, you're endorsing somebody, and I know that guy. He used to do this, that, and the other. I like you, Trump, but I'm going to keep looking.
I tell you
I think there's a lot of that in this.
In Alabama, though, we don't like being told who to vote for. I mean, that Jack Campbell used to tell me that all the time, and he's right, 1,000% right.
I would disagree with Jack.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
You give me the money and Trump's endorsement.
Yeah.
I take that 99.9 out of 100.
You can get Dino to win?
With Trump's endorsement and having as much money?
Man, I wish I had the money to pay.
If I had enough money. It's name ID, dude. It's name ID.
It is. And even with the endorsement, I mean, it's very dumb to underestimate Barry Moore just as a campaigner in his own right.
Yeah.
He continues to win races.
Yes,
when people
he does.
count him
Guys, there's conversations and things being talked about on a national level, financing deals being struck between this special interest group talking about, hey, you support this candidate and we'll go part $5 million in this state to help secure the legislature because your endorsement is worth $5 million.
Okay.
I'll tell you flat out, clubs playing in Indiana.
Yeah.
And the state legislature stuff up there, Indiana's that important.
It's going to be, I think, a knockout drag-out because we're not even quite into true campaign season, like on the national level. Like, I guess the primary game will really heat up? What would you say? In another month or two? Like, because May's the voting day.
You mean when are people going to start paying attention?
Yeah. A month.
4 or 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Different people at different times. I mean,
sure. Oh no, you're already seeing the campaigns. Like I'm not very popular in off season. All of a sudden, I got all these people texting, "Can so and so be on?"
It's like you have an audience.
Yeah, something like that.
Hold on, I got a new one for you.
Hmm.
What about the guy that's running for governor here, Jermaine Brown?
I think we should have Jamel on.
Oh, I'm down with that. But if you think enough money and Trump's support could get anybody elected, what about that one?
There's going to have to be a dead woman or a live boy to stop it.
I don't know, man. I think in Alabama, I won't say because we don't participate like we should, but those of us who do vote.
Does anybody think that Barry's not going to be in the top 2 in the Senate primary?
No.
No.
Okay.
I think it is the name of the game is a runoff now at this point. Yeah.
Just make it to the
just
runoff?
because of the endorsement, and also Barry's a hell of a campaigner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
I must admit, I have been impressed late with. Just be blunt. My first impression of Jared Hudson when I saw him on Sean Ryan's show is like the guy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Great stories to tell, but I'm like, I don't know if he has it. Last couple times I've interviewed him, I'm
up
like,
a little bit.
Jared's upped his game. Jared might be the one in that race.
He's
now I do need
knocking
to
it out of the park because I've had numerous people tell me like, met him.
Yeah.
He's my guy.
Yeah, he's an impressive dude.
Yeah.
And he's gotten even better at like that 10-minute interview, that 15-minute, that 5-minute conversation with somebody he meets out on the stomp. At first I noticed he was just still Jared, who's telling old stories and stuff, and now he is very focused on what his message is on a lot of these issues.
Got them poll numbers back.
What about Rodney Walker if he is self-funded? Like he's got millions to burn. I'll reach out to him. I got his contact just the other day. I've yet to talk to Rodney.
All right.
So like a dark horse sort of.
I actually had this conversation with somebody yesterday. I think Rodney is probably running, and hear me out on this, he's probably running the smartest campaign out of everybody. Here's why. He's always in everyone's conversation. He's always mentioned, and Walker. And he's not spending any money right now.
Right now,
He's got billboards, and his name's everywhere. He's always a part of the conversation.
Living rent free.
He's not on everyone's top list as far as this person going against that person, head to head. Hudson versus Moore. Like, we're almost priming ourselves for the big fight, like fight night.
Yeah.
He's just right behind them on the
Then,
inside.
Not to leave out Steve Marshall, could be, especially the younger generations are getting ahead of themselves with how Alabama politics works. And Marshall has the statewide name ID. He's won a statewide election. His early polling was better than anybody else's. And he's not going to budge from that spot because people know him. And the folks who show up, who are older, know Steve Marshall and voted for him before.
Yep.
So who knows?
His votes will turn out. I mean, you can make an argument that he's underperformed being in the race as long as he has and not created sort of that separation.
True buzz, yeah.
But somebody a lot smarter than me told me a long time ago that they don't give away these Senate races. So for him to get in as early as he did and everybody just thought that it was going to be a coordination or kind of clear the field, that was wishful thinking. Like, he was going to have a fight. And the fact that credible conservatives emerged, that shouldn't be a surprise to anyone.
And by the way, without just spelling it out, part of the conversation we were having before, the Senate race is a nice proxy for whose machine is better. Who is going up against whom, and who actually knows the people of Alabama better. So it'll be interesting to see this play out. It'll be the candidates themselves often at the end of the day. How effective are they? But when it also how you get name ID out.
You got to turn them out.
Yes,
I mean, like you can have the name ID, but you still have to turn them out.
Anyway, we got to hit this break. This part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rinks. Oh, by the way, before we get into Dillon Rinks and all this election stuff, the AI overlords are coming. It doesn't even matter, folks. Just have fun. You don't need to save for retirement or anything. Just give yourself up to the Matrix. Who cares?
All right.
Go spend all your money today.
No, just the juxtaposition of the first hour compared to the conversation we're having now. Like, I think the politics is interesting, but it's like, if what's coming is coming, it's like,
no worries.
Yeah, what the hell?
Well, that's what I said the other day about go spend more time in Scripture and just read the book.
Right. This part of the program brought to you by Dylan Rings. And they're at Dylan Rings. They're ready to help you as a full-service jewelry shop. What does that mean? That means they can do it all. They've got a great inventory.
Yep.
From high-end pieces to everyday items. Won't break the bank or break your heart if, say, you lose it out on a funky night on the town or something like that.
Happens.
To the best of us.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you want to wear your jewelry to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but some ladies like to do that.
Oh, like
Chains.
that
Some gentlemen
man.
do too.
Yeah.
2 Chains Eddie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, they can do spa treatments. So you maybe have an older piece of jewelry you wear all the time. Looks like you've been wearing it for years.
Mm-hmm.
What if it could shine and shimmer like it's brand new again? And, of course, they can do repairs, custom design work, second to none. And Josh Ryder, really great artist there.
Yeah.
And have you checked out their Facebook?
I did check that this morning.
These beautiful purple gems. I think it's amethyst.
Yes.
It's February's birthstone. It's a rich history steeped in legend, Eddie.
Legend.
I'm talking to you too, Byron, but Eddie he's all crazy for legends. Its deep, wine-like color inspired ancient Greeks to link it to the god of wine and celebration, known Dionysus.
Yeah.
Believing the stone could keep its wearer clear-headed and sharp. Throughout history, it has symbolized wisdom, strength, and balance, and was even thought to protect against overindulgence.
Wow.
A gem of beauty and meaning, amethyst remains the perfect stone for those born in February or anyone drawn to its royal purple glow. So I'm looking at, these are east-west halo pendants.
Mm-hmm.
Available in yellow or white gold. So if you are born in February or you know somebody born in February and you want to go get them a beautiful gemstone, a birthstone, y'all check them out. Dylan Rings. It's 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie Ryder that Joey, Eddie, and Byron, the fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Clogged drain? Overflowing septic? Don't panic. Call the experts who've been solving plumbing problems in the river region for more than 50 years. The Tierce family's local Roto-Rooter team specializes in fast drain cleaning, septic repair, and installation. One call and your troubles are on their way down the drain. That's 272-7130 or visit rotorooteralabama.com. Roto-Rooter, always here when you need us.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
President's Day savings start early at Royal Furniture. From now through February 23rd, score incredible deals during their President's Day sale. Get 60 months, no interest, and no money down on purchases of $2,000 or more. Plus, don't miss out on their free mattress event. Get a free queen mattress with any in-stock 5-piece bedroom group, $9.99 or more. Bedrooms as low as $17 a month, living rooms from $10 a month, and dining rooms and recliners from just $7 a month. Shop Royal Furniture in Prattville, Montgomery, Auburn, and 11 other locations in Alabama and Tennessee. Royal Furniture, style, comfort, and savings fit for a president.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector.
That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig?
No, but it looks like you do.
And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich?
What's that?
I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man.
You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist?
That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest.
You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience.
Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold.
That's right, man.
And I can see that you don't have very much experience.
What do you mean, man?
Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to start out small and then kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich.
Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first.
You think he's got a shovel?
Never know till you ask.
I dig, man.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMcampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We're enjoying a nice forecast on this Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday with a good bit of sunshine and a high temperature in the lower 70s. Mostly cloudy tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 54. Tomorrow on Ash Wednesday, I think we're a little warmer with a high up to about 77. Maybe some widely scattered showers, but I think the better rain chances are on Thursday and Friday with more scattered showers. But the warm-up continues with a high 80 or above Thursday and Friday and mid-70s on Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back, folks.
I like this.
Oh, yeah, man. No, especially when I realized, I can make like demos and it keeps the hooks and the little phrasings and I'm like, okay, that's freaking awesome. And I'll send you here the Eddie Vader dance party Josh Ryder put together for us. Folks.
Thank you.
Here in a second.
You're
welcome. Eddie Vader dance party.
You know, maybe that's what I'll do. Get a robot. And we'll get this money that's going to take care of everything. I got to pay no bills no more, and I'll just have a dance party all the time.
Yeah, why not?
Remember that show, Dance Off, Pants Off?
No.
You don't remember that show?
Dance Off, Pants
That was right around y'all's 13-year-old times, I think. Yeah.
Dance Off, Pants Off.
And he's making stuff up.
I am not. This was a great show. I don't know why it stopped.
Dance Off, Pants Off. What's the Wikipedia entry on this? It was a dance contest that premiered in 2006 on Fuse.
I don't remember the channel. I just remember the show.
You really are a black man at heart.
Oh, well, you know, I do like CW. You know that. Anyway, yeah. This was a great show. A great concept.
On Fuse?
I like the show. I don't know the networks, man. You know.
The first season was hosted by Tila Tequila.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Now I know why you're watching.
Well, I mean, that was the hook that got you, but then when you got into the show, you really got into it. The story was great.
Yeah, I don't remember that. That was the year I graduated high school. But
I can't believe in high school you wouldn't have been into that. Okay.
No, in high school I was into like Zeppelin.
They could dance to Zeppelin?
No, and the stuff I remember from high school is like Outkast dropped Speaker Box of Love Below. That was awesome.
That was good. That was good.
What a great album. And there's still a lot of the like heavy, angsty, alternative hard rock.
Modest Mouse.
And then you had the high energy, upbeat, so like Jet and the Darkness and Killers and the Strokes. But then you also get like Stained and
who's a country guy now?
And Linkin Park. And
Linkin Park was good. I really enjoyed Linkin Park.
I was never a huge fan. I respected, but it was never hooked me when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I liked the old school stuff when I was younger.
Interesting or weird stuff around that dude, the Linkin Park
guy. Say the least.
Rabbit hole.
Yep.
I didn't know the reference to like
a lot of the
name.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's rock and roll, baby, right?
Definitely a sign of the times.
Now, we don't have a lot of time here for the next
time?
break. So here's something really absurd that happened on the world stage.
Okay.
I think Hillary Clinton and a whole bunch of folks over in Munich did this like panel about the empowerment of women.
Oh.
And so it's Hillary Clinton. It's Munich Security Conference panel on women's role in empowerment worldwide. And where we've come from and where we're going in that regard. But the so-called woman that they chose to put on the panel is named Sarah McBride.
Yeah, well, Sarah Lau.
She's a dude.
She's got an Adam's apple.
Yeah.
She's got more than that. So what else Steve McBride allow?
You seen the Ari Matty stand-up set of late where he's like, I could be tricked?
Yes.
Where, the lady boy tricks me.
Fist bump.
Yeah, in the morning I fist. GG. Good game.
That's right. Game.
Good
Notice this
game.
game, baby.
Anyway.
Eddie Murphy probably sympathizes.
Yeah, this is somebody clearly born a man presenting themselves as a woman on the panel about women next to Hill Dog and Rodham herself.
She's got a testimony she should be prepping for, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, we'll get to her BBC interview she did about Epstein. I mean, Bill in the hot tub with him, that was like a charity event.
I'm sure.
It was a philanthropic thing. Anyway, this little moment, though, happened where it's the trans member of Congress speaks up about how they're being picked on, being scapegoated, or there's another way to put it, but they correct themselves.
In jobs when there is scarcity. And a strong man's greatest asset is scarcity. When there is scarcity in jobs, when there is scarcity of opportunity, they pick boogeymen, or in this case, boogie people.
Oh my God! If you're trans, you don't get to comment on what men do.
You wouldn't think so.
No, but that's why she corrected
Just be happy they're allowing you to go to the party.
Hold on.
Pick boogeymen, or in this case, boogie people.
Dude.
In this house, we don't say boogeyman, we say boogie person.
Doesn't she realize the irony of the dude that probably stole that job from a real woman? Or is Hillary Clinton a dude himself?
Do demons have steps?
No, that's up there with like the one congresswoman who's like, not enough women are going into manufacturing. Is it because of the name manufacturing?
Has everything to do with it.
Like, what? Or pregnant person. Like these things they do. I'm like, oh God. Y'all are crazy. And by the way, Helen Andrews was allowed to write a long piece, good one, for The Atlantic, essentially saying we should no longer support transgender treatment for children. Yeah, you think?
You think?
And I hate doing these stories, but the transgender person was identified as a shooter at the Rhode Island ice hockey rink, and apparently went on some crazy rant before.
Yep.
The ex-wife is coming out saying she cited the gender reassignment surgery as the reason for her divorce. And it's like, you see this and you're like, okay, and I don't want to overstate it, but I see other people online making this prediction, and it's a terrible one, and it shows what a bad road we went down with all this stuff, is that as people who jumped onto the fad the social contagion, start to realize, oh, even we're being abandoned? The number of folks that are going to go nutso.
Lash out. Yep.
I don't want to see that. I want these
happen,
people
though.
to find God. I want these people to find love. But,
happen.
like, my goodness.
They're not going to go nuts. They already are nuts.
Yeah,
man.
well, but even more so.
It's like the mentally unstable person's acting mentally unstable.
Right. Well, and especially the photos of this person, you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
And it's one after the other. One after the other. And yet there's Hillary in the Munich Security Conference. It's not boogie men, boogie persons, boogie people.
Allegedly, like half the Democrat caucus left D.C. to go to that.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? You know, they went on our
Free trip,
dime.
man.
Well, AOC made an ass of herself.
Oh, she was great.
As usual.
She's so sexy, Joey.
Yeah, she is. But, like, she's dumb.
Yes, she is.
That's how Eddie likes them.
Sexy and dumb.
No, there is a point. There is a level where you just go, you know what? It ain't worth it.
Actually, that
ain't
should be
worth
the
it.
new name if we're going to start a music duo.
Yeah.
Sexy and dumb, and I'll be dumb and you be sexy.
Oh, all right. I'm down with that.
Good. But you keep that physique, I'll keep working on mine. So
Yeah, like I'm going
it's
to do
one of
something with
these-
this.
It's one of
It's
those,
only going to get bigger.
It's only one of those ironical names, I think. But they got some funky grooves.
You keep that persona you working on.
Anyway, this is part of the program. In fact, the entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And they're at Alabama Home Mortgage. They are ready to help you whether you're looking to buy a home in this new year, and it could be your interest rate sensitive.
Yep.
But you need to at least start the conversation to get in the game so you're not too late. There's nothing worse than being too late.
It's very true. Very true.
And so just call up Alabama Home Mortgage at 567-4223 and start the conversation. And it could be you also are looking for a refinance deal. And especially you veterans, you need to at least have a conversation with them.
Definitely.
Because
Worth
there's
a phone
so many
call.
veterans that don't know they qualify for the best deal in town. Why are y'all leaving money on the table? And they pride themselves there at Alabama Home Mortgage in helping veterans. They got veterans in their blood over there. So again, whether you're looking to buy, refinance, get in touch with Alabama Home Mortgage. That number, again, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368. Equal housing lender.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
This is Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. We're home to 7 radio stations at a rapidly expanding digital marketing platform, and we're looking for our next great sales professional. At Blue Water, you'll build customized campaigns that include radio and targeted digital marketing solutions. You'll prospect new clients, manage your own accounts, and work in a fast-paced, creative environment. Media or digital sales experience is a plus. Send your resume to jobs@bluewaterbroadcasting.com. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Real Estate Minute. Many of the real estate laws have changed recently, and you need to know how this might affect you as a seller or a buyer. As an agent of the seller, the agent owes undivided loyalty and full confidentiality to the seller. The listing agent can recommend repair services and vendors, pricing guidelines, tips to help get your house in selling shape, and negotiate offers and counteroffers for your benefit. A facilitator, which is the new term, cannot suggest a price or counter or recommend anything. They offer very limited services. A buyer agent solely represents a buyer's interest and can recommend mortgage lenders, down payment alternatives, and can suggest an offer price and write an offer. Whether you are selling or buying, you need someone in your corner that's trained to represent their clients. After training over 15,000 agents throughout the state and help create and close thousands of home sales over 4 decades, get the straight information from Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader, Byron Sheehy here in the studio with me, and on the phone we have Dick Brubaker.
Yep.
Hey, Dick, how are you doing?
Hey, Joey, how you doing?
Life's all right.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. Listen, on this trans thing, the first transgender surgeries, were done in Scandinavia.
Mm-hmm.
And they abandoned gender reassignment for minors, at least most European countries. It's been illegal there for over a decade. The only people that are still doing this stuff is the United States and Canada. And I don't know what it is about North American liberals, but, once the science was in and talked about the emotional and mental health problems these poor kids had even after they've gone through the whole excruciating process, the Europeans just said, look, this isn't working and we're not going to do it anymore. But here in the good old U.S., because of all of the money on customer pay surgeries, the hospitals, are still willing to victimize these children.
Yep.
Did y'all report on this incident in Canada where this, I never can keep it straight. Is it, if you're a man pretending to be a woman, are you a transgender woman or a transgender man?
Trans woman.
Okay. Well, this trans woman, went nuts and killed 10 people, wounded a bunch more. And the Canadian media, just like the media here, won't talk about what his motivation was. And like the Nashville shooter, everybody knows what the motivation was. They had a beef about the way them being trans was handled by parents. And, instead of getting these people the mental health help they need when they're kids, instead we're pumping them full of the same drugs that we use to chemically castrate pedophiles.
It's demonic.
And these are kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just wrong.
Well, and recently a young girl whose breasts were removed at 16 won a civil suit for $2 million against the psychologist and the surgeon that did that to her. And the excuses from those two so-called professionals are astounding. It's like, I just kept saying to myself, she was 16, guys. 16.
Exactly. If you're too young to get a tattoo, you should be too young to have a surgeon mutilate you.
Right.
Yeah, and
I mean, and the other thing is the latest trend in the gay LGBT movement. You've heard about them trying to get rid of the word pedophile.
Yes.
And move to this MAP thing, minor attracted person.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no, and I'm not talking about just people who are gay, but the people at the top that are running this movement, I don't know whether they're just merely evil or whether they're demon possessed. But to try to normalize people that want to victimize children is way beyond anything this society can tolerate.
Amen, and I think it's demonic, and it's fascinating. As I've been studying more with this reversion back to faith, one guy, an early church father I read excerpts or two of, is Justin Martyr, and he's making an appeal to the Roman authorities, and at one point he talks about how many of these folks, and he calls them demons outright, enjoyed corrupting young boys in particular, and how this stuff existed long before Christianity, and people in power just did what they wanted. And as we remove ourselves from those moorings in the Christian way, in Christ, you start to see it crop up, and in particular to try to defang sexuality as though it's just, love and happiness stuff. Like, you have no, especially men, you have no idea what you're talking about, how crazy this stuff is.
Well, and now what they're trying to do is, instead of taking something that God meant to bind people together, is to view it as a way to use them like objects. I mean, that's what the left's view of sexuality is. I mean, it's just destroying a whole generation of young people. And we have got, people of faith have got to start being a lot louder and a lot more aggressive in confronting people in the arena of ideas. I mean, are you a Roman Catholic since you're quoting Justin Martyr? I'm assuming you are.
That was how I was raised. I haven't fully gone back into the fold of the church, but definitely that's...
Okay, well, one of I approved of it so much, and in Eastern Europe, they've had a big gay rights parade, and the Catholic priests, when the parade was over, they went out there in their vestments and their holy water and essentially exercised the route. And they didn't confront anybody, but they were making a point. This is not normal behavior. This is not something this society should be encouraging. And the church in America, Protestant and Catholic, is just, I don't know.
It's crazy.
So tame. Well, ever since COVID, the minute the government told the churches not to meet because of COVID and the churches went along with it, I thought, well, it's pretty much over if we're to that point.
Yeah, I think the Catholic Church, you're seeing especially younger generations of clergy, like, for instance, a very popular guy online, Bishop Barron, has been great the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
He's awesome. And I think the height of the liberal critical theory stuff that happened in the 60s and 70s with the Catholic Church it was very much a huge problem. But you look at mainline Protestantism right now, and it's a shell of what it used to be.
Oh, it's not even. It's the anti-church. I mean, I don't know. But listen, I really enjoy your show. I'm glad y'all were talking about this because this is the way they unravel the family. The left is launching one attack on the family after another, whether it's through the taxation system or whether through this promotion of the LGBT agenda in schools. I mean, we've got to stand up and protect families and protect kids. I mean, even in the United States, it is time to stop backing up.
Amen. Well, I appreciate the call, Dick.
Hey, thanks for taking the call, guys.
See you, Dick.
We got our final hour coming up. But, I wrote something for 1819 News, the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to ask him, can we just republish this online 1 week where I don't want to have tried something new and just have this one in the can? Because I'm proud of this one. I was asked to do this particular assignment. I just want to read the very beginning of it.
All right.
When does the left go too far? Psychologist and best-selling author Jordan Peterson, who initially rose to fame after fighting back against the Canadian government's compelled speech laws regarding transgender pronouns, has been asking liberals a simple question in debates for a few years now. Unfortunately, too few have been willing or able to answer. Maybe Peterson's question is simply too much of a challenge to the left's presumption of their own moral authority. After all, it is quite easy to imagine the left responding to Peterson's inquiry with a question of their own. How could we ever go too far, given we're always on the right side of history? Yet there is a simple answer to Peterson's simple question. We in Alabama now know the answer from hard-fought experience. When does the left go too far? When did the left go too far? When they decided to treat the most vulnerable children in our society as experimental objects. When they subjected children to unproven and irreversible treatments primed by the social contagion of a wretched political ideology. When they defended the mutilation and sterilization of children with no clear medical benefit to those troubled children's underlying mental health problems. When they left those children irreparably scarred before their youth could fully bloom. When they used emotional blackmail, conjuring up pain and despair to twist parental compassion and care into helpless submission. That's when the left went too far. And so to see, God love Helen Andrews, who's been a great writer and person on this for a long time, but now for the Atlantic to finally give her column space to explain this to all these folks, it's just like, I'm tired of the presumption. The right can definitely go too far as well, and we're constantly reminded about it and have been for a century of liberal boomerdom. But when do y'all go too far? And on this one, y'all frickin' went too far.
The answer has to be whenever we hold them accountable.
Yeah.
Because they will keep going farther and farther away from reality until people stand up and just say enough's enough. And to the senator's point about the church, Protestant and Catholic,
oh sure,
he's 100% correct.
Absolutely.
Other than Peterson, who's a figure in the church right now that people 35 or 30 years old identify with?
It's not like the Pope is one thing. The Pope is a whole other Like it's a figure. It's like it's so removed from our culture. No, there are more and more folks like in the Catholic context. Bishop Barron has quite a following, as does a guy named Matt Fradd. And there are other like on the Protestant side. He's not mainline, I believe, but Wes Huff has been great.
There's a few.
But there have been people like, and he was on Rogan, and really great apologist. Was on Flagrant. He's a great apologist in like very serious religious settings, but also just fun bros hanging out. He's very effective. There are a few that are rising up, but in terms of like, do you go and what are you going to expect from a particular church and their particular pastor?
I mean, I'm just talking about someone that actually has gravitas and commands an audience and participation. I mean, we talk about Charlie and all the things.
Almost like Billy Graham.
Of modern day Billy Graham.
Yeah, I don't think we
don't have one. And it's because people don't see their church leaders behaving like church leaders.
Right. Anyway, got to hit this break. Final hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The Reverend Jesse Jackson has passed away at the age of 84. Jackson was a protege of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. and became a leader in the civil rights movement for decades after King was assassinated back in 1968. Iran announcing the temporary closure of the Strait of Hormuz today for live-fire military drills, even as its negotiators held a second round of indirect talks with the U.S. in Geneva over the country's disputed nuclear program. This was the first time that Iran has announced the closure of that key international waterway through which about 20% of the world's oil passes since the U.S. began threatening Iran and rushing military assets into the region. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was struggling for a while there, but now it's back up into positive territory by 137 points. The high-tech NASDAQ recovering. It's up by about 100. This is SRN News.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. A lot of us are thinking about taxes, home projects we've been putting off, ways to get ahead financially in 2026. Now's the perfect time to talk to my friends at Fellowship Home Loans. If you want to lower your mortgage payment, they can help you refinance. If you need access to cash for home improvements or to wipe out high-interest debt, their fixed-rate line of credit is one of the best tools out there. Fast approval, predictable rate, and flexibility to use your home's equity wisely. Remember, many people still qualify to skip their next 2 mortgage payments. Imagine starting big projects or paying down debt with 2 months of breathing room. My family and I have used Fellowship personally. I trust these guys. Take control of 2026. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE. That's 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 8193.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We're enjoying a nice forecast on this Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday with a good bit of sunshine and a high temperature in the lower 70s. Mostly cloudy tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 54. Tomorrow on Ash Wednesday, I think we're a little warmer with a high up to about 77. Maybe some widely scattered showers, but I think the better rain chances are on Thursday and Friday with more scattered showers, but the warm-up continues with a high 80 or above Thursday and Friday and mid-70s on Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
1819 News.
The president of the Southeast Law Institute, Eric Johnston, is lauding a bill that has been offered this year within the Alabama legislature following a church invasion that occurred on Sunday in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That bill would make it a felony for protesters and rioters to enter church property and disrupt a service. Johnston spoke recently on the purpose behind the bill when he was on the Washington Watch podcast with Tony Perkins.
Now that we know the way the culture and the society is going, we can expect there to be such demonstrations around churches. I mean, we all know that The church is the only thing that stands in the way of some of these very new cultural phenomena that we have seen grow during the Biden administration and exist right now. Immediately after the events in Minnesota, some of our proactive legislators wanted to do something, and so a bill was drafted initially. I think it was a little bit weak. We've worked on a bill to expand how we can protect churches, and one bill is moving through the process now, and we expect to have another version of it moving through very soon, maybe this week.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness license plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at atease.org.
The founder of the Barber Vintage Motorsports Museum outside of Birmingham has died. George Barber Jr. was in his 80s at the time of his death. The cause of death has not yet been revealed. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
We know the businesses that keep our communities moving. We walk the same streets, shop the same stores, and support the same local families. Janney King franchise owners take pride in caring for the places they keep our hometown strong. With dependable service, attention to detail, and commitment to doing the things the right way, more businesses are choosing Janney King as their trusted local cleaning partner. Visit JanneyKingCleans.com today.
Janney King, the king of clean. As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. It's 334-272-9228. All over the place today, but I like it that way.
Hey, did you run Celine Dion through this thing?
I did.
Did it change it dramatically?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did it take Celine Dion right out of the picture?
I don't know if I put it in here or I play it for you.
This is good.
Well, and then you'll recognize it here in just a second because I've been playing it before. But
Seems more happy music.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
What's the Celine Dion reference?
He's got a jam that he swears it's not Celine Dion like, but I swear he was watching Celine Dion concert when he came up with it.
Right. So it's some. I'm not even going to
The
play
power of love.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. It makes you want to put your ice skates on and just like, do some kumbaya stuff. Yeah. Exactly. Which I know somebody who has one.
I'm going to trick you one of these days where you're going to be bobbing your head and be like, Celine.
Don't do that to me, Joey.
I'm going to trick you.
Epstein.
Yeah.
Like, my God, what a mess. What a mess of this. Like I was saying to you the last week, and the next day, I don't know if you heard me, went on a hell of a rant. You probably should have been here for the rant day. You would have very much liked me in that moment. But I'm split brain on this because I'm like, Ro Khanna came out with a bunch of these names.
And botched it?
Yeah, botched it big time. And they're like, no, that was just an FBI lineup. Those guys had nothing to do with Epstein. Like, well, why didn't you tell me before I asked to redact it? It's like, well, maybe because you're playing stupid games about this stuff, Ro.
Got a question. Help me out. Epstein Island got raided. Did Zorro Ranch get raided? To our knowledge.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Why?
Well, what gets me is that's not the Epstein Island, not the only island out there that's like that.
Right.
I mean, they've had multiple people say that.
But he owned
I get it,
piece of property.
I would think everything he owned would be raided at the same time, simultaneously. If you're a drug dealer and you're getting busted, that's what happened.
Yeah, we don't need to go over there. Checks out. Yeah, sure.
Someone actually touched on the question we covered last week about, well, is this all the emails? Well, come to find out, we were right.
It ain't all the emails?
It ain't all.
Sucker.
Yeah. But then what, the DOJ released like all the names associated, all the names that you can find in this big document, Dub.
And then 5 minutes later?
including like Janis Joplin. And I'm like, she died.
I'm pretty certain Elvis.
Not on Epstein Island either.
Right. No, so they're just, like, did you just do a word search for any name?
Well, anyone that's ever said the word Epstein, they put them in there.
No, and I went over
in the email tranche.
I went over yesterday that, you remember the Colombian hooker scandal where they fired like 10 Secret Service agents?
Yes.
All the way back in
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that well.
Well, Rumler, who just quit Goldman Sachs, is she going to be okay?
Yeah,
she was then, I guess, chief counsel there for the White House, and she was gunning to be, and was clearly kind of in the front runner of being the next attorney general after Eric Holder would leave. And so when the hooker scandal in Colombia gets going, turns out it was actually a young Advance guy. Oh. Those Advance men, these dirty dogs. Oh. I work for the President of the United States. Then why do you got to buy it? Anyway. But they pinned the tail not on this Advance guy. They pin it on
a bunch of Secret Service
agents. And so Rumler at the White House is trying to run cover for this big hooker scandal. And who does she turn to? Not just like, oh, get a load of this, like actual help. Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, I mean.
No, and you've got example after example. Is what I was trying to say to you last week. Like, this guy is everywhere. So some of the people who are doing the frank, I only went snorkeling. I think some of them really just did snorkeling, and they thought, well, he's kind of an insightful guy in the politics and the way this whole networking world works, and we'll deal with him.
Sure, but then, he had to be a heck of a networker, period.
But then you got to go, how was he how did all y'all turn a blind eye to the most depraved crap?
Well, that's my beef. I mean,
Right.
I just can't move on. Sorry.
Right.
I don't care how high the Dow is.
Well, here Hillary Clinton did an interview. I'll play a little bit of it with the BBC. And she's, here's her take on the whole Epstein thing.
You regret the links that there have been? You know, we have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said. He took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work.
Stand by.
I don't recall ever meeting him.
Did you ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiative. So,
what about your daughter's wedding?
It's not something
A lot of people
that
on the tape.
is really at the heart of what this matter is about. They are accused, and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus. And we are more than happy to say what we know, which is very limited and totally unrelated to their behavior or their crimes. And we want to do it in public because let's make this transparent.
There are calls for another individual who denies wrongdoing to go before Congress on this matter. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew. Do you think he should testify?
I think everybody should testify.
Awful. Including the former prince?
I think everybody should testify who is asked to testify. I just want it to be fair. I want everybody treated the same way. That's not true for my husband and me, because other witnesses were asked to testify. They gave written statements under oath. We offered that. They want to pull us. Why did they want to pull us into this? To divert attention from President Trump. This is not complicated.
It's not complicated, Joey. It's a load of crap.
It's got layers to it.
Here's the White House statement. By releasing thousands of pages of documents cooperating with the House Oversight Committee subpoena request and President Trump recently calling for further investigations at Epstein's Democrat friends, the Trump administration has done more for the victims than Democrats ever have.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, buddy. Where are you at?
272-9228. Wow, and of course Prince Andrew has always said, I didn't do anything wrong. Remember the weird excuse where he had a thing after the Falklands War where he didn't sweat?
No.
That was the excuse he made. Like, because the one woman who committed suicide all of a sudden, Virginia, who he messed around.
Guffrey?
Yeah, Guffrey. She was describing him as like sweaty and all this stuff. He goes, well, it couldn't have been me. After the Falklands, I had this condition.
Dude, he's a sweat hog.
Where I wouldn't sweat. And he's literally sweating in the interview.
He's a sweat hog. I mean, all the pictures, after they mentioned that and you go back, look at pictures just on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah. He's sweaty.
He's sweaty.
He's a sweaty man.
Yeah, I get it. It happens.
Again, you're like, what? Because this is a mix of like, okay, there's clearly awful stuff that happened. And then there's also clearly a lot of witch hunt mentality going on here. And by that, I mean literally go reread or go watch The Crucible. Like the amount of finger pointing to get away from you being the one in the crosshairs.
A little bit of witch hunting is not always bad, Joey. Sometimes it helps you get to the bottom of things. McCarthy.
A lot of people use it to climb the ladder.
Yes.
Okay.
No doubt there.
Someone pointed this out. If you're looking at the onion, first layer is the sins against the children, the trafficking, all the sex, pedo stuff.
Yes.
Second layer, the blackmail used to extort people. All right. The third layer, what would that blackmail be used for? We haven't gotten to any of that yet. We're still on the surface of this. And some people are having a hard time even acknowledging that part of it.
Well, I mean, Mike Benz, I heard him on Rogan make it a pretty good point that it probably wasn't Epstein like himself saying, do this or else I blackmail you. Because you end up losing all these contacts he had and all these circles he runs in. People immediately, you start blackmailing, word gets out.
I'm sure
and they cut him off.
Just
but
a location.
What Benz is saying is the blackmail stuff was probably still real, but it had more to do with I will sell MI6 or Mossad or CIA or corporate espionage. I will give secrets to other people. Y'all can use this blackmail. But it probably wasn't him direct. And also there's probably this implicit threat thing. Covered the story yesterday that after Elon cut off Epstein, he got Bill Gates and a bunch of his buddies to short Tesla stock.
He had the information and he used it to his advantage.
Sure. Yes.
So let's get into all that. That's what I'm talking about.
See, but
who got compromised?
I don't think we're going to get all that because
I don't think we'll get that.
The way
take that to their grave
because that's the way the game is played. It wasn't just Jeffrey Epstein
game,
that does
though,
it.
Man.
But the thing is, that's not
as
just Jeffrey Epstein.
When children got brought into it, now this ain't politics. This is not political.
Well, the politics and things of whether it's spycraft at the federal government level and governments around the world, or it's spycraft at the corporate level, I think I've long thought, the way I've put it is Epstein essentially had a license to kill, and he very much abused that license to kill. He lived in this gray area. He was empowered to live in this gray area, and he really abused that privilege to where, oh no, now this guy that helped me move money around, he did this what stuff with kids. So if that's being covered up, and then on top of that, I don't think you're going to get all the inside baseball on how the major power centers work. They're not going to give up the goods, and they're not going to destroy one another to do it.
They're not going to play crabs in the bucket.
No, what do you think we've been seeing last year? Like the about face by Trump and team. And Pam Bondi, the Dow is up 50,000.
But somehow we think that people are going to turn out on election day.
No, I don't think we will.
And act like things are normal.
But I'm saying even with all that reality, they're not going to destroy themselves.
They're not going to have to. Hopefully the people will actually hold them accountable. Like that's my point. We can talk about politics and know it's just politics, the red versus the blue stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't stand for right and wrong, good and evil, Christ and the devil at some point everything's going to come back and you got to pay for your sins. As a culture, people, society, that's where we are right now. I mean, I saw a report earlier today, young educated men leading the charge to more spiritual church attendance. People are feeling this. People are waking up. Inherently, we know this is wrong. It's just taking something this horrible to get people to wake up from this. This malaise of just, okay, well, it's okay if they steal a little bit, or I expect my politicians to be corrupt when it comes to money, but not children, man. And covering up for them in any way is just as bad as committing the act themselves.
Yeah, but then if you say, like, I don't think that guy actually had anything to do with the kids, well, you must be covering it up.
Smoke and fire, everybody. Elvis Presley should have to answer for, being in the Epstein files. That's where I am on this.
Okay.
Like, okay, you were mentioned in there. Fine, cool. Have a good explanation. Russell Wilson, he was in there. He had a good explanation. He didn't buy the plane. Okay? He did it. We made judgment calls as people. We bought into that. That made sense. But Hillary's right on one thing. Everyone should have to be held accountable and testify.
Well, my question is, will they?
No.
And
I'm down with it.
And I would
Right.
hope, I sent you the thing I wrote in July last year. I would hope that all those young men going back to church realize you need Christ the most at his final judgment and justice, because the world is this way. And sometimes it gets a little better, a little worse. And a lot of this stuff happens in the shadows, and you will never be able to give, say, those kids' innocence back to them.
But true, if we turn away from what's right and good in this battle against evil, then our fate's already been determined. Like, what are we fighting for, man? Why are we even here? What's this test about if we're not going to stand up to evil? I mean, Christ wouldn't accept that from us. He commanded us to actually do something about evil.
He did. Just that it's quite a web of snares, quite a thicket of thorns.
It's like it's been brewing for a long time. Like we've been asleep at the wheel as a country and a people, and the chickens have come home to roost. Yeah.
But it goes back to just like when, I think it was 2008, was too big to fail. You get all these people and these politicians, I'd let them all go tomorrow. I know that we would have to deal with a hell of a lot. But like Byron has pointed out, once they go for the kids, I mean, we should be all, we're just not, it hasn't triggered us enough. We do accept that they're politicians, they should be corrupt. Well, we shouldn't accept that.
I've started doing like little focusing around my interactions with people in Montgomery and just asking them, are you paying attention to this stuff? Most of the people that I talk to aren't even paying attention to this.
I think most of them get so sick of, they either been burnt where they tried to get something going, things didn't go their way, or they're just like, you know what? Like, I think it just checked out. He's like, you know what? I'm going to spend my life ignoring all that crap. I'm just living my life.
The question that I've had to start asking my friends before discussing this is, do you believe in God? And all of them say yeah. My next, okay, well, you have to believe that the devil exists if you believe in God. You're about to be introduced to the devil in real time. That's what all this is. All the pedophilia, the second layer, even the third layer. Whenever you get down to, there's stuff about him and the vaccines during like some of the COVID stuff, man. I mean, we're going to talk about the sins of the government and how they were asleep at the wheel on this. Not only were they asleep at the wheel, they know about it and they're covering up for it. I mean, let's go back to the comment I made about Bondi, on the Raskin thing. Right after the comment about the Dow's at 70 or 50,000, she says, Raskin, what are you laughing about? From what I hear, you're a tremendous stock trader. Okay, so is she saying that she knows about some questionable stock trading and hasn't looked into it? Or what? Like, what are we doing as a people? When's enough enough?
I think we're kind of far gone, man.
Well, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Well, and I mean, I also think of things like, would you cut down every law in the country to go after the devil himself?
I would.
Well,
after the devil one. After the devil?
And then, well, and it's a classic line from A Man for All Seasons. And so after you cut down every law in England and the devil turns back around on you, what will be to protect you?
There's only one devil. Man, if we don't stop this, we don't deserve a government. If this is not held, or people aren't held accountable for this, Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Like,
no, and
to
also,
me, that's
like,
where this is.
You keep using the word we. I'm like, and maybe this goes back to our earlier conversation. I'm like, we ain't in charge.
We as a people.
I don't think we're in charge.
We weren't in charge when we overthrew the king in the revolution, but we put ourselves in charge. And I'm not saying we need a revolution, but we need a spiritual revolution at least.
Sure. Anyway, we got to hit a break.
My bad.
It's all good, dude.
No, good.
Let it out. I let it out last week. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And they're at Montgomery Men's Health. They're ready to help you fellas out. If you got low T problems, which can mean you just generally feel like crap. Like
Right.
You ain't sleeping well, losing muscle mass. Like your energy is completely shot. You're never in the mood. No libido, no life force in that regard to speak of. And of course, ED. That's also another big problem.
Exactly.
It can be not only embarrassing, just shoot your confidence right through. So why not go by Montgomery Men's Health and stop it with the two, it's not now, and the maybe later, tomorrow. No. Get by there today. No more excuses. They're great local folks that have been helping men here in the area since 2022 reclaim their confidence with safe, effective treatments. Call them up today at 440-3663 right now, or book online in under 30 seconds at montgomerymenshealth.com. Montgomery Men's Health for every man and every season of life. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
When it comes to your mortgage, who you work with matters. And this is one decision where local makes all the difference. Don't fall victim to flashy mailers, spam calls, or 1-800-lenders who don't even know your name, much less your neighborhood. Those lenders are often sitting in some faraway state, reading from a script, and chasing volume, not relationships. A local lender understands the market you live in, or should I say that we live in. At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can look at us in the eye and trust us with one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Local lenders don't disappear after closing day. Our reputation is built right here, one family at a time. So before you pick up the phone and call a stranger, remember us, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon at Alabama Home Mortgage. You deserve guidance from someone who knows the community because they're a part of it. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Pizza and wings. Nothing goes better with watching basketball than with something to fill up the family from Pizza Perfect. Buy any large pizza and get 10 boneless wings for free. Absolutely free. Pizza Perfect is known for their all-you-can-eat buffet that includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza and wings from Pizza Perfect in Eastbrook.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River Region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level, Marbury. Please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart. taking the time to listen and care.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to montgomerymenshealth.com.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Here we are in the heart of February with temperatures that are pretty comfortable. Even the nights are reasonable with cloudy at times tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 54. Tomorrow on Ash Wednesday, a little warmer than today with a high temperature up to about 77. There could be some widely scattered showers around, but I think the better rain chances are on Thursday and Friday. But the high temperatures will continue to rise up to about 80 or above on Thursday and Friday, and middle 70s on Saturday with more scattered showers. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At ASE, we're more than a credit union. We're your neighbors. We live here, raise families here, and believe in giving back. That's why we created ASE Cares, to support, connect, and invest in our community. Because when our community thrives, we all do. ASE Cares, federally insured by NCUA.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back.
That'd be a good rap name, Scott RZA.
Let's turn that frown upside down, gents and ladies, and let's keep soldiering on here.
Right.
Like, just to be clear with the audience publicly, I get where you're coming from, man. And I don't know, you can go listen back to, I guess it was Wednesday. I went on quite a vitriolic rant. Yeah, that feeling of all this is fake. Like, not the accusations even, but like just the games surrounding it. And it's so deep and corrupt that it just makes you go, ah, and want to flip the table.
Well, I'm sorry the audience had to listen to me do it today after you did it last week.
Let's go to Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, brother.
What's up?
That guy had it completely right, and it is a revolution is what we need. Because why do we continue to sit around? There's a two-tier justice system that they throw in our face. You're never going to see no arrest because they all have dirt on each other. And the amount of evil that goes with it, you just can't fathom. And that's exactly what it is that we need because actually it's our duty. Because if you read the Declaration of Independence, it's our duty when they don't uphold their oath and protect the citizens of the United States of America. It's Americans' duty to do away with them and to handle the situation. And all it is, and the only reason people haven't got off their butts to do anything is because it has not directly affected them yet. And when it does, when one of their children are kidnapped and raped and murdered, or, numerous things that are going on out there, when it affects them is when people will get off their butts and do something. But the thing is, don't think for a second that your government doesn't fear us, because they do. It's just the fact that they know that everybody's too lazy, and nobody is going to form up and get together and start doing what needs to be done. I mean, they're killing people left and right. Look at Antifa. Look at all these violent protesters against ICE and all that. And what do we do? We sit around and just watch it take place, and don't do anything because we don't want to mess up the comfort of our lives and get off our fat behinds and do something. That's just the facts, man. I mean, that guy was absolutely right. He didn't need to say, absolutely we need a Christian revolution. People need a spiritual awakening, 40 years ago. But, you got to take action. The Bible does not tell you to not take action. Quite the contrary.
Right.
I just don't understand. What's it going to take? What is it going? You keep giving your tax dollars. They show you on national TV where billions and billions of dollars are going and how they're stolen and taken from you. And people don't do nothing because it don't directly affect them. What, their power bill's up a little bit, that's what they count on, is for you to continue to be a slave, because that's how they trained you, that's how they indoctrinated you, and that's exactly what we are. And at some point in time, people are going to have to wake up and get on with it. And what's bad is when that time comes, 70% of them ain't going to know what the H to do.
Oh, that's usually only about 10% of the population is all it takes. Yeah, my biggest concern is because, I consume a lot of the news. And sometimes I can feel the effect, in many ways why I've returned back to my faith, that I'm drinking poison and being trained to spit poison. And out of a motivation to do something good and just, I might very well be returning evil for evil. So I get where you're coming from. I get where Byron's coming from. You could hear my rant last week. But you're right. I think people right now are too comfortable to want to raise hell at all. And I will say, once that hell starts getting raised, you don't know what direction it'll go, as much as you might think your cause is just. And I pray that we can, it looks like evil is winning, but the more we pray and the more that we keep stepping in the right direction, especially on an individual basis, we'll figure out the collective thing. But
yeah, I get what you're saying. You want to protect your spirituality and you want to stay in good standing, and I understand that, and I feel the same way. I struggle every day. Now it's even worse because of the bots that get on there and post stuff that good and well is made up, and it brings an anger to the surface. But we knew all these things, man, 10 years ago. I know good and well you did because I listened to you talk about them.
Yes.
And this was before all the AI crap. So, at some point in time, it's like that girl that got executed when she killed all them German soldiers, and they asked her when she was standing in front of the firing squad why she did it. She said, if one person don't stand up for righteousness, who will?
You're
that's, But anyway, have a good one. Y'all be safe.
Appreciate it, Charlie. And last week I was writing about Absalom. And Absalom's one of the sons of David, the king. And I think it's Amnon, who they're half-brothers. Amnon rapes Absalom's full sister, Tamar. David doesn't punish Amnon to Absalom's liking, not fervently enough. So he bides his time and he kills Amnon. for raping his sister. And so he is then banished. And he then starts to, years pass, and he slowly is coming back, and he starts meeting people at the gates and saying, what's your cause? What tribe are you from? Well, it's a shame there's nobody with the ear of the king. If I was king, I would give you justice. And through that, steals the hearts of the people of Israel, I believe is the line, and leads a coup and a rebellion. Now, he ends up dying for his trouble, caught up by his hair. I bring all that up because the seed of his action was what he thought was a grave injustice. The king sinned, and that really is the full stories. I think one of the big morals from it is the sins of the father and the sins of those in authority. Even if you're trying to be merciful, it can spread through generations and create strife and mayhem. And maybe we're just in the middle of it in a way that's beyond just the story of a single kingdom in ancient times, but on a mass scale. And we just kind of have to accept we're caught up in this thicket. And yeah, do the best you can. But I will say, be careful not to let it poison you, because there's a lot of stuff out there that is not meant to make you feel grace or make you bring about justice. It is meant to poison you and have you spit that poison back out at other folks and spread the disease.
May we all do the best we can. If
Amen.
we do the best we can, all this evil won't be a problem.
Amen. Hey, this part of the program?
Yeah.
Brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And they're at the Goodson Group. Bo and his team are ready to help you whether you're looking to buy or sell here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas. Bo's been helping buyers and sellers in the River Region real estate market for about half a century now. So again, whether you're looking to sell that home or property, buy a home property, or maybe you want some management services available should you want to rent out that home. It's a great, great service and a great idea in this market. So y'all check out the Goodson Group today if you want to learn more. You can always go to thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program. Can we do a little palate cleanser?
Please.
The guy dressed up as a hot dog salesman just said he did weddings and funerals. There's a palate cleanser for you.
On Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady?
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
I saw a guy a little bit younger than you guys. He was 29. He made his first major purchase. He's very proud of it. It's a hot dog roller.
His first major purpose,
Yeah,
like the things,
purchase.
like the Wienerisseries
Yes,
at the gas
what he
station?
bought. Yes, he bought one. He's
that
very
is-
proud of himself for that.
I
His
salute
buddies-
that.
honestly, his
I'm
buddies
jealous.
came over. They got to have a little party about it.
Like a nice roasted wiener.
It was pretty good. I got it. Nicest piece of appliance in his kitchen.
I think I'd probably go get some boudin and.
Well, underneath it, you had the bun steamer too. I mean, he didn't buy just that. He got the bun steamer.
Yeah, like, my brother, he got so far on a credit card, like, he had to spend his points, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they got, like, this fancy, and it is pretty great, fancy espresso machine.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of different options.
Yeah.
You could have done a trip, you get it on whatever. And I'm like, you should have gone with the Wienerisserie.
Exactly. You can't go wrong
Joey,
there.
that wasn't an option. I'm just saying, that's a lot classier than an espresso
Can't
machine.
go wrong there.
So you said you're going to trick Eddie and you want to get a what?
You can even put the Chiquitas on there and the Chachingos.
No, it's sort of a consolation prize. After I trick people, would you like a hot dog on the
yes.
way out the door?
Well-steamed bun. I'll take it.
I have a variety here. This one's jalapeno cheddar sausage.
You got Kaneka?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, you know you got me then.
So here, though, is somebody mashed it together. Who gave the better answer on foreign policy?
Oh, Lord.
AOC this week at the Munich Security Conference or Miss South Carolina all those years ago? Let's listen in.
Would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so.
This is such a, I think that
people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and
this is a this is of course a very long-standing policy of the United States.
And the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries.
And our global positions to avoid
any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Would and should.
Where's some in South Carolina now?
That's what I was just wondering. I wonder how she's doing.
That poor girl. Like, you should not have asked her
Dude,
that question.
Look at that girl. You think she's got any problems?
No, she's all right, but don't ask her something like that. That poor woman.
Well, at this age, she might have been downgraded.
Oh, she's working on husband number 3, no doubt.
Well, some people don't have
husband
maps.
is working on wife number 2.
There you go.
Goodness gracious. And then, you were asking earlier about the energy solutions and, like, how's that all going to work with all these data centers? Well, the Trump administration with Secretary Wright, Secretary of Energy, which, by the way, everybody's like, all the secrets are in the CIA or the State Department. Like, check out the Department of Energy.
Yeah.
Like they're, how were they founded? Oh, yeah, the Manhattan Project.
Thank you.
So, they might have some secrets you wouldn't suspect because it's just, energy. I hit the light
just
switch
energy.
and magically things work.
Don't ask questions.
But they just rolled out and did a big deal about it with filming a C-17.
Yeah,
like
taking that
delivering
across.
and so this is the Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, laying out the plan here with these miniaturized nuclear reactors.
President Trump promised to unleash American energy and initiate an American nuclear renaissance. That's pretty awesome. That's next generation technology, the power for 5,000 homes flying in the belly of a C-17. That thing will be assembled and running, 10 or 12 weeks from now, something like that. I don't want to promise a specific date, but that will be up and running quickly. There's many companies doing this, and we're partnering with a lot of them. But yes, getting the government out of the way, some smart regulatory reform, and just some basic partnerships with private industry. And nuclear power is coming back in America, and it's going to come back strongly.
What does that do to our electric bill?
Ultimately, of course, it'll drive it down.
Ultimately.
It'll drive it down. I mean, the answer to energy is always more. If you have more energy, you have lower prices, more opportunity, more businesses, and higher wages. So we had 4 years in the Biden administration trying to shut everything down in the world of energy, and now we're trying to set everything free.
Well, I think generally he is right. The answer is more.
Yeah, you got to have more.
But how quickly do you spin it up? Though, say you got a data center, instead of pulling from the grid, it's like literally just get a miniaturized reactor and you're good. Now, it's expensive.
Until the
one.
crackhead comes and steals it from outside, like your air conditioner.
But how many times have we said this? It's like aircraft carriers and submarines have literally been running on this stuff for decades.
Right.
Why do we not
have a bunch of aircraft?
Because we don't have that
carriers
many
and
people in the ocean tracking what's really happening with those carriers and submarines, environmentally wise.
Yeah, well, and also I think people got scared of the older style nuclear plants.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And it went out of style.
I would think there would be, well, and then the last time we got kind of excited about it, Fukushima happened. Oh, Fukushima, not good.
Wasn't it a tsunami, though, that really caused the problem?
Yeah, and look, but they had no plan for, no disaster plan. I mean, their disaster plans were not working. Everybody that eats tuna now and salmon, you're getting a little bit of Fukushima in you. And yeah, I just like saying that word.
How about miso?
I'm not so much into muso. I like Fukushima.
Anyway, this part of the program?
Yeah.
Brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. Get by there. They've got an amazing selection. It could be you're a fella.
Could be.
You kind of dropped the ball on Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Like, I noticed this. I had to go to Publix.
Yeah?
Get some stuff from my grandfather. He's like, I ran out of bananas. Like, I got you. You want some milk too?
Yeah.
Got you. And I go over to Publix on, I guess it was Saturday.
Okay.
On the 14th. And the amount of people, men in particular in there, buying flowers last second. Buying chocolates last second.
Panic buying, man.
I see you.
Yep.
And so if you're one of those sad saps that kind of got away with it, but you're on thin ice.
Yeah.
Go buy some ice.
Good idea.
Go buy an unexpected gift at an unexpected time. I mean it. Yes, I'm quoting Finding Forrester. But go buy an unexpected gift at an unexpected time there at Dillon Rings. Amazing selection, or maybe you could spruce up that piece of jewelry the lady wears all the time, make it shine and shimmer like it's brand new again.
Right.
Custom design something for her.
She'll probably melt.
So get by Dillon Rings, gentlemen, especially if you're kind of on that thin ice. 119 Brown Springs Road. That's their location here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie Ryder that Joey, Eddie, and Byron, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie likes this one.
Yeah, man, it makes me want to break out my butterfly collar, some bell bottoms.
This is happy.
Yeah, this is good.
But it sounds like the thing, that's what's so cool. Keeps the hooks. Just add something to it.
It's really good, though. I mean, it just add some pep.
Again, like some of this AI music, you're like, it's just a computer, and then you find yourself like...
I told you my favorite song, and it's AI. So.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know, it has that feel good to it.
Yeah.
The horn action.
Anyway, this part of the program, he's busy right now?
Yes, he is.
Ray Bowles is busy, but he's with Prattville Carpet, and they can get busy for you.
They can.
Getting down some new carpet. They can even cut you a new rug.
Oh, they can, Joey. They sure
really can. If you're just looking for a big area rug.
Yep.
And they can dance, too.
They can do that. They can do tile. They can do hardwood. They can do backsplashes.
The LVP.
LVP for sure. Now, another great thing, okay, coming up, you guys probably experience it now. You go in the bathroom in the middle of the night, floor is cold. You can get heated floors, man. Ooh. Heated floors are the way to go. I tell you, it's the way of the future.
Ooh.
Yep.
And then don't forget about the epoxy floors they can do to make that garage pop. Or maybe you got kind of like a back patio area. Like, you know, a patio like that's screened in that goes in another. Make it like just all one thing that flows into the
one big
yard.
Entertainment space. That'd be beautiful.
So y'all check them out today. Just get in touch, 285-8117. They'll come out, do a free in-home measurement, get down the new floor. Just that simple. Again, 285-8117. And be sure to tell Ray and the team that Joey, Eddie, and Byron themselves on the radio sent you. So, what did we learn today?
That one day, perhaps, Joey will be able to make moccasins while we all, you know, are on like a regular income. And you can be one of those guys that make custom-made moccasins like you've always wanted to be. And the rest of the world is run by AI and robots.
Yeah, no, I think you actually could have a world like that.
He just wants a robot.
I want several.
I was reading about what the new things are rolling out, and ChatGPT is now bringing out their erotica talk.
Yeah, I don't like those things.
And I'm like, no. I
don't like those things.
Let me just put it this way. I am no Boy Scout. I am no saint. I've been single most of my life. Let's just say...
Did she embarrass you?
No. No, here's what let me finish my point. I have seen plenty of porn in my life.
Okay.
I have engaged in self-abuse.
You're the wrong meeting, Joey. But
sorry. All right. Well, we're taking away the anonymous part. The reason I bring it up is like, especially when you're 20.
Yeah.
You're like, whatever, who am I hurting?
Right.
What does it matter? And it really isn't. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. But you're like, But then a decade and a half later, you're like, what the hell was I dragged into? And it becomes this whatever. Can you imagine an 18 or a 19-year-old, 20-year-old guy who's lonely, and it's not just something you see on the screen, it's something that talks back, that interacts with you.
Okay.
It's like, no. You
know what's going to happen. That just like when you fall in love, that becomes your world.
Sure.
You block everything else out. That's what's going to happen.
And by the way, I guess there are some guardrails. Somebody, maybe Josh Ryder, said, take these guys, took a photo screenshot of our show here.
Yeah.
Said, take these guys and put them in Speedos at a dance party. And ChatGPT said, we're so sorry, but the image we created may violate our content policies. If you think we got it wrong, please retry or edit your prompt.
Community standards.
Nice try, Joe.
I appreciate those community standards.
I'm getting where I look good in the Speedo. I don't know about y'all, though.
I know I do.
Byron?
Let me get my mullet going on.
Y'all stay tuned. Happy Hour's next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in